Hello and welcome back to session 3 of Weave of the Ninestone. All of our players are here. Everyone say hello! Hello! So, we are going to get a rapid recap from yours truly of everything that has happened in 2 sessions. What? And then we're going to dive straight into the action. But before we do that, let's get everyone to say hello, their name, and then the character that they're playing going around the table.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I play Uyanga.
Hey, I'm Ayla, I play Aerie.
I'm Justin, I play Cypress.
I'm Logan, I am Aegon.
Alright. Wow.
Hi, I'm Claire, I play Lupin.
I'm Annie and I play Axios.
And I'm Nathan, the source of all joy and torment for these 6 players.
Yeah.
Yes.
As we're about to get started here, I think for those who are joining this story for the first time, it'd be helpful for you to get a really rapid update on everything that's occurred so far. Keep in mind that not only do we have a playlist on YouTube for you to go back and watch these sessions, maybe at double speed if you hate to hear me talk, but you can get just the highlights in a Twitch compilation that we have on this channel at ttv/Yafi. So, before we get started, let's get this update, starting with Session 1, Tales of Students and Stars. As we start our journey, 6 students that have not met each other, that all of which have not met all of the others, convene at the Celestial Conservatory to start their first year at university. They're given an opportunity in the courtyard to experience the memories that brought them there, and, going as quickly as possible, Uyanga from the Kalka tribe is being encroached upon by the rough Rhino Riders, the Crimson Rhino and the Ruby Empire, and is trying to find a song and a story to make allies for her people. Aerie, the daughter of the savant dictator, the mercantile expert known as Toril, the self-proclaimed savior. He has taken over the people of Kraya in a brutal regime, and she seeks to find opportunities and strength to overthrow him. Cypress Oakweaver, the eco-anarchist, as this fella was raised as in the serfs' quarters of the king's palace in the Amethyst Kingdom. He went to the Opal Refuge, had an adoptive mother in Meraldi, learned some special frequencies and spell weaving along the way, and then found his way to Celestial Scholars to try to make the world a slightly more renewable place. Aegon, the Star-Eyed, was a Goliath that was raised in the Auroran Hollow near the Amethyst Kingdom, but he was disowned because he was unable to frankly feed himself as a small child. His disownment put him in a very precarious position until he was taken in by the wise Master Vareni, the Prophet of Taurus. And Master Vareni raised him, taught him most of what he knows, including his special dungeon constellations and finally sent him with a recommendation letter to the Celestial Conservatory where he is now. Lupin was raised in the Opal Refuge by her mother, Meraldi, as a sylph-like fey creature. She doesn't know much of the world outside, but has resolved herself to try to find peace among the 8 nations and has journeyed her way out of the forest and with her werebear Fern to the Celestial Conservatory. And finally, we have Axios here, Prince Axios, the 4th-born son of King Zareth of the Embermane Pride. This lazy but dedicated Leona to his rock collection, we can call it, failed in his rite of passage combat ceremony, and as a result has been exiled for 2 weeks to gain strength. Sorting all these Instead, he has found a new group of friends and is finding opportunities to grow stronger in other means, perhaps through his own studies. The 6 students in session 2 convened at the university, formed an adventuring party so they could register for something called the Celestial Cup. This is a competition held at the Celestial Conservatory to give one adventuring party the select and exclusive access to go into the Library of Evolution, a well-secured facility at the heart of the Sapphire Scholars where the most powerful research in magic is found. And as they began their journey, they were quickly assigned the absolute last dormitory on campus, if that could even be the word we use, a shack in the woods that they then spent some time rebuilding.
Lovely.
They then met a mysterious 3rd-year half-Suva student named Nova, who then ate stew with them and invited them to go walking with her in the Garden of Taurus. Only there, Aegon's dungeon constellations revealed something a little more mysterious, a secret opening to the Dungeon of Taurus, as the floor opened up beneath the party and they were able to go inside. After journeying across a few turns and weaving a few stones that they found, they descended a long and slippery embankment of dirt to get to a runway in front of a massive slab of stone, on which a bull's head with a knocker dared them to charge him down and do not hesitate. Which, of course, they did. Failing epically as these three collided into the stone. Uyanga and Eri and Cypress took damage, bludgeoning damage, because they failed to open it. The other three failed their fear save and were frozen in their tracks. But right when they healed up and were preparing to approach the wall a second time, they heard a noise from up the embankment and around the corner behind them, and it sounded like this. And that is where we begin our session. All of you have just heard this noise, and you were standing at the end of this 20-foot long runway preparing to sprint. What do you do?
Did you guys hear that? I'm gonna try to position myself in the inside of the doorway, so I would be able to essentially like jump out and surprise someone if they were to come through the doorway.
Doorway. Just to be clear.
Actually, yeah. Why don't you explain what this looks like?
You got turn, steep embankment, flat runway, wall.
So we're not in a room. We're in a hallway.
You're a bit in a long hallway.
You
do have this slant. The ceiling is 20 feet above you. The ceiling opens up even higher when you get to the sloped part of it because it's because you're gaining elevation as you were to go back up the slope.
So we're not in a room. That changes that.
Yeah. The width of your hallway is about 10 to 15 feet across. It's pretty narrow as far as these things go.
So, before we heard this noise, we were facing the door ready to charge, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, I already had my...
Is the noise like coming from behind us?
Yeah, it's up and around the
Yeah.
corner where you came from originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we try it again?
So I already had my, like, fiddle out because I was playing everybody a song of inspiration. And
Nice.
I turn around because I do not want something sneaking up behind me.
Good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So,
Especially not smooth sound.
yeah, I am definitely 100% turning my back on the door that probably can't spring to life and kill us.
Probably.
Other than the thing, in facing the things behind us that are most definitely moving and probably could kill us.
Yeah.
Okay, quickly now. What is everyone else doing?
I sort of like grab my war pick
Yeah.
and I
War
want to
picks.
like
Gonna ready
I want
my
to kind of
rapier.
peek around the corner or something.
So you are down the embankment. Just to reiterate, here, big slope that you just came down, corner. You hear it here. So you're not going to be able to look around
Yeah,
the corner.
you-
You can look up the slope and wait for them to come
Well,
to
yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying.
Got
I'm
it.
just
Great.
looking.
You're looking.
farther
You're
down.
looking in that direction.
I did the same thing.
Great.
I get my short bow out.
Okay.
I guess
Basically, we're kind of just waiting. You're standing there waiting.
We're
None of
ready.
you are charging. None of you are like negotiating with the door, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Cool.
I think we've given up on the door.
We did.
Nostrils still flaring. You still hear that sound effect that kind of like
we're still
reverberating.
definitely
Reverberating.
like
Okay.
skeeved out.
No, I think I read you here. So, what ends up happening is you prepare yourselves. Imagine epic music playing. Although we're going to keep music to a low just so we can focus on this. Yes.
Sorry. One more thing.
Yeah.
I have a ball of or I have a bag of ball bearings. I'm gonna
Okay.
take like 20 of them and try to like make the embankment hard to get down.
You're going to
easily
throw the
slip.
balls onto the embankment.
You're gonna throw ball bearings onto a slope.
Well, I assumed it was like a rough slope. It wasn't gonna like immediately just slide.
Your read is that they would roll down.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. So you don't do that. You don't put them in front of you.
You could put them on like the
bottom.
end of the embankment.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just
Okay,
like
3, 2,
set it
1.
up.
You've done
Yeah.
that. Okay, great. You
Okay.
place it.
Done.
So, as this noise continues to get closer, you look up, and as it moves around the corner in mass,
Oh no.
you see pockets
Oh.
of this creature. On the visual display for those at home, you can now see the thing that our players are facing. This
I don't think ball bearings are gonna help.
is a Herculean beetle, at least in universe.
I do not like it.
These beetles are rapidly descending, and you see them in pockets, almost like they have hive minds with perhaps 1 or 2 main leaders in each group. But each pocket of these beetles are, from your perception, we'll just give it to you, about 15 beetles in total. And so you see 2 of these pockets of beetles, and they start turning around the corner and descending down the slope, and much to your horror, while one effortlessly crawls down the slippery embankment that you previously came from, the second
No! No!
crawls onto the roof of the cavern and is now on the ceiling, 20 feet up, coming down the slope towards you. They are 30 feet up and 40 feet away in terms of lateral movement. And to give you a better understanding of what's about to take place, there's a cup on the ground.
Yikes.
Oh no.
It is time for your battle map.
Oh!
So let's open it up here.
I did not anticipate.
Battle
So,
map.
This is a
I see.
pretty
Okay.
simple battle map. For those of you at home, you will not be able to see this, but imagine what has been described to you on the table. You can see there labeled the bull's head. You see the kind of the slippery embankment, which goes X number of feet and 30 feet up. And at the top there, those green little marks are. Annie's giving the full view.
Here we go.
Wonderful, very good.
Nice.
What you see
Just
there
briefly.
is 3 stalagmites that jut up out of the ground. You might recall an extremely large stalagmite
there.
that you use to rappel down. That is, of course, the one that's closest to the actual slope.
Right.
And to get things started, it's actually amazing after all this. I need little monster stands, but we're gonna do this pretty simply here. I am going to represent them with these symbols, but things are going to get a little tricky. If you see we'll do it this way. If you see a circle on the map, that means they're on the ground. If you see a triangle, it means they are on the ceiling.
Great.
And so keep that in mind as you were thinking. They're about 20 feet above that spot. And don't forget that there is, of course, an actual embankment of change in height. So with that said, I would like, and for the first time in this campaign, for all of you to roll initiative.
Okay.
For those who are
no.
absolutely new to D&D, they are rolling basically a dexterity
No.
check. I don't think
I'm
any
gonna
of our
have a
players have
+5 and I got a
that
9
gives them
total.
additional initiative.
Fail.
Oh no.
Okay.
We're not doing very well.
Not doing very well, I see. So typically what we do to mark initiative is I like to keep it here on my screen. Makes it very easy. I didn't prepare foldables at this point, but I think, actually, you know what? This might be easier for everyone.
I can help.
Nope. I actually think this might be better. So we're going to do this. All right, write your character's name on your sheet, along with the number that you roll, your final number, your final initiative number. And then you're going to arrange them top to bottom alongside the side of the map there, so we can get initiative. I will read it off once we have fulfilled all of that. So
How did you want to start it?
write it big, write your number big, so it's easy to kind of tell what your initiative is.
I need a pen from someone.
And I'm going to roll for your opponent, the Herculean Beetle
Okay, can I borrow
Swarm.
the pen again?
Okay.
Was that a 16?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's 16.
Wait, further this way. Okay.
I'm 11.
Okay.
Okay. Friendly reminder to all of our players that to keep combat moving as smoothly as possible, be very aware of when you are in the initiative order and prepare your turn in advance. Because there aren't many monsters and there are many of you, it's pretty straightforward what you'll do when it comes to your turn. So, yeah, well done writing all those very big. Let's get them in order. Actually, since you can see them all, why don't you just announce the initiative order from highest to lowest?
Yeah, so we have Uyanga at 16, then Axios at 12, Aegon at 11, Lupin and I both go at 9,
Okay.
and Cypress at 4.
Okay. And generally speaking, if it's a choice between players, you can just decide. There's no reason to enforce it strictly. But Uyanga, you are first. There they. Oh, and I guess we should place your players. So I think what would be helpful for all of you is to have a little piece that you can stand on the board as like a representation of where you are. If you have a dice you're not using, typically your D4 will do, place that on the board at your relative locations, which we're going to say is roughly this area. I do not care your orientation. If you want to remember where you were standing from the end of last session, that's fine, but yeah, I'm not going to hold you to it. Little claustrophobic down here, huh?
A little bit. I
All
actually
right.
probably was more here because I got knocked out.
Wait, I got pushed out of it.
I got stuck.
I don't care where I am.
Cool. Time for a few basic rules here, as we are taking a brief pause to update both those of you at home and our players on some rules of combat. Number one, so generally combat works very similarly to 5e, but because of the big change to spells, there are a few sort of carry over homebrew effects to the way combat works. So everyone, here's how you can cast spells. Generally speaking, if you tap inside of your companion app, go to the spell that you're going to cast, and cast it, it will tell you what the action it takes to use it. Sometimes it's a bonus action, sometimes it's a reaction, infrequently, but most of the time it is an action. Currently, all of you only have one action on your turns, meaning that will be your turn. In many cases, though, you may want to switch gems to something else. In this game, that is free. If you have a gem and you use it, and you use another gem, as long as it is in your inventory, we're just imagining that you have them all in your possession. You pull it from a pocket that is designed for it, so it's really quick and easy. It's a free action. However, if you, in the middle of combat, want to hand off a gem to someone that is next to you, that would be within 5 feet adjacent on the board, then you will spend a bonus action to hand it to them. If you would like to do anything more significant than that, such as throwing it to someone that's farther than 5 feet away from you, that becomes your action, throwing the rock to them. So keep that in mind. Generally speaking, switching spells, that is free. Handing a rock, that is a bonus action. And like chucking a rock, we're going to consider that your action. But as for casting the spells, it costs your spell slots, which we've talked about last week, and it costs the whatever the spell takes. Some spell, you have to just pay attention to what actions they take. All of them at most require an action.
Where does it say that?
You tap on the spell. It'll say at the bottom, casting time.
It doesn't. Nothing happens when I tap it.
Well, it should.
No, it doesn't. It's not supposed to do anything. It just says it in there. That's not part of the info. That's not part of the info
Got it.
that
That's good.
I was told to put
No
in.
sweat. It's, I'm sorry, it was from the merchant view, and I had presumed that that was the way that spells were viewed. So, generally speaking, if it involves a spell save or an attack roll, it's an action, because it's like an attack. So, if it's like a Thorn Whip, and you're using that, it is very obviously an action, because it is your turn. Because we're in the situation, ask me, I will likely be correct. I might be able to just tell you off the bat. So,
I'll add it now.
yeah, awesome. Look at that. That's so cool. So, as we are getting started here, Uyanga, you are... and actually, is that it? That is it. Because we're doing a hex map, we don't have any funky rules about diagonals and stuff like that. It's literally 5 feet for every single hex that you move on the board. And all of you have a walking speed of 30 feet, I believe. Unless
40,
you...
but
Yeah, sure.
water under the bridge.
No, seriously.
35.
Goliaths are big, and they should... Oh, wood elves
It's
also
a-
are going to have an
yeah,
extra
fast.
movement.
Yeah.
Great.
It's an unarmed monk.
That is a part of your classes. You should follow that. So yeah, 35 and 40, and then 30 for everyone else. Fern will also have 30 feet, but he's not here. So, good luck. Uyanga, go ahead.
Okay, so I have Speak with Animals as a tier 1 diamond.
Yes.
Would that count as an action?
Read it.
Gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. It's limited by intelligence, but it doesn't say that there's anything about an action or anything, so I think I can just cast that.
I think that... I'm going to double check, but you can go ahead and do it.
So I'm casting that.
It is an action.
Okay, so I'm going to cast that as my action
Okay.
and yell out to the beetles in their, like, clicky language.
Okay.
Cool. Go back.
What do you want? We're not here to harm you.
Okay. So, you yell this to them. It says that the knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but a minimum beast can give you information about nearby locations and monsters. So you are now talking to these animals. Okay. So say it exactly again. I'm gonna respond in real time.
What do you want? We're not here to harm you.
Get out! 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 Get out!
Okay. All right.
You see, you yourself are hearing. The rest of you are hearing. You are hearing this phrase repeated about. So you hear it once, and then you hear it 15 times in rapid succession, just like it was echoing off the walls. Every single one of these creatures only wants you to get out, it seems, and they are still coming towards you. But if you want to say anything else, I'll give you an option here if you want to do that.
Okay.
Are we in danger?
They want us to get out. Will you let us go if we promise to leave?
Why don't you roll... why do you roll persuasion?
Okay.
I'm not promising anything, but I want to give you the option here.
That is a 20. Dirty 20.
Okay. Dirty 20, this is what you hear. They're still crawling. They're doing their little creepy crawly thing. And you hear, get out, get out, get out! Get out, get out, get out! We will get you out! Get out, get out, get out!
Yikes. Okay. Oh no.
So you're not certain what to make of that, but you have the opportunity. You have the option for the next 10 minutes to talk to animals, to beasts, and they are beasts. So, all right. You can still move. You still have a bonus action. If you don't say that you're doing that, I'm assuming you're not doing that.
Okay. As my bonus action, I'm going to take out my sling and also take out a small vial of oil that I have in my pocket.
Okay, cool. You've done that. And if you want to move, do it while we move on to the next person, which actually happens to be the Beatles.
Oh no.
Hey,
So
Oh no.
Force close your app twice and you'll see it now.
the Beatles are going to move. You see as this one starts crawling down, and this one is crawling directly above you on the slope. And that is it. They do nothing else. They're coming straight for you. Next up would be Prince Axios.
Well, they just want us to get out. I say we leave.
I honestly think that's a good idea. If that's all they want, we don't have to be violent. So I'm just gonna... How do I run up this thing?
Is our rope still there?
The rope is still there, yes.
I start climbing.
You're going to start rappelling in their direction.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Unless you butcher your athletics check, we'll give you regular walking speed going up the slope.
Okay.
Because the rope is there. So go ahead and roll athletics.
13.
13? Yeah, you're good. So you can move 30 feet with the rope.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay, you are walking directly into this swarm in front of you.
Yeah.
That's what
end
you're
up,
doing.
like, in
I mean,
the
you've
swarm.
already
Yeah.
done it. You're already there.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Great.
Hi
guys.
Do you do anything else?
Well, you saw
You can keep moving.
Can I roar at them?
Yeah. Tell us about your roaring abilities. What
Okay,
happens.
so my roar is very scary. And
It sounds like it.
very scary. And
Very
if,
scary,
if
everyone.
you're within 10 feet of me
Okay.
and you fail your save,
Okay.
then you're frightened of me until the end of your next turn.
Okay. So I will point out that the
don't
ones
notice you.
above you, like directly
Yes.
above you, are 20 feet above you. They're actually out of your range.
No, that's
Okay.
Unless you want
Wait,
to like
does that
jump.
mean I can walk under
Oh,
them?
that's it.
You're walking underneath the triangle one.
Is this where
I'm
you
not
wanted
on
to
it right now. Should I be?
You could be.
Is
Yes.
this where you wanted to be?
Sure.
'Cause you're not in
Put them
a
on top of you,
box.
like physically on top of
Can
you, just to
somebody do that?
represent that.
Can somebody put me like in
Verticality on maps. Yeah.
Verticality.
Okay, so you're going to give this a shot. This is a save, right?
Yeah, it's a 14 save.
Okay. Are these beetles wise?
Doubtful.
Turns out the beetles that are on the ground next to you immediately start scurrying. You hear this. You hear scurry, 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 scurry. And so we're going to. So they're just frightened. They don't move immediately. But you immediately, even without telling what they're saying, you can tell that they have. The motion is this. You've got lead beetle, and then they're doing this thing like they have like a chorus arranged in a formation. They're running towards you, and then what happens is this guy slinks back, and it causes the rest of them to whip behind him like this big old, like a mama duckling with all her ducks.
That's great.
So all these little beetles scurry behind them. You do see that they look frightened of you until the
Great.
end of their next turn. Is what you
End
said?
of their next turn.
Okay, cool. So, that's okay. I think that's it. You've done everything. Well, unless that was a bonus action. Let me know if you
Oh, that was a bonus action.
roaring. Turns out lion roaring.
You could choose to
is a bonus
dash.
action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dash is always an option to take an additional movement action.
Yeah,
instead of
I'll
doing
just do
an
that.
action.
So I've actually only gone 25, so 30. And then how big is a dash? It's just double.
double.
Yeah,
your-
double your movement, but I'll make you roll again. So second athletics check to continue pulling yourself up.
I got a 22.
Yes, you may. You may go up the
5,
rope.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right, bye guys.
Go up the rope door.
Yeah, you're actually
Oh, wait,
all the
I'm
way up the
actually,
slope.
like, here.
Axios, what the heck, bro?
You let them!
Absolutely,
Why are you so
absolutely just
slow?
guns out of there. All right.
Seems in character.
Next up is Aegon, the Star
Well,
Ride.
Yeah, I actually
Alright.
think you guys can keep up, but I'm just like zooming.
Right.
You're the track star.
Yeah.
So why not shoot that track?
Okay, well, I guess I was gonna just fight these stupid bugs, but I'll follow in y'all's lead. So I am going to also use the rope.
Okay.
1, 2, and now it's rope time.
Rope time.
20, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And that's athletics.
I guess we're not gonna figure out the bull statue.
Absolutely not.
Not right
We'll
now.
come back.
no.
We'll come back today.
Okay, great.
Ooh,
We'll come back later. We'll come back later.
We should get a chainsaw and like cut a hole in the hedge. So it's easier to
Dirty
get to.
20.
No,
They're fine,
we
you're
should
good. Keep
not
going.
do that.
All right.
The hedge is just fine as it is.
Great.
Then tell it
And
to
now
me.
I'm going to use
Learn the path.
one of my key points
Okay.
Alright.
to use Step of the Wind, and I can now just use a dash action as a bonus action. Well, because I went. I'm going to continue going up.
Okay, you are going to continue going up there.
That's correct.
It looks like you have walked underneath the horde that is above
Yeah.
you, and you're continuing to go up.
Yeah.
Before you get the chance to do that,
Yeah.
the beetles that are on the ground that did the little duckling scurry,
Yeah.
they are going to take an opportunity attack on you.
I'm
They are
going
frightened.
to change my. I'm going to change my decision on the key point
Okay.
in light of that.
Okay. Then let me go first.
Okay.
And then we'll see what happens. They have
It's a
disadvantage.
dodge action. I don't know if that helps you.
Oh, actually, this is. I don't know if you knew this. I'm willing to let you work with this because I think it's fair.
Okay.
So the way that frightened works is they can't willingly, while they're frightened, move towards the source of their fear, ever. But they have disadvantage on their abilities and attacks if that source of fear is within line of sight of them. And currently you are not. I imagine.
just, like, pop
I
up.
imagine you would have. Yeah, just kind of stayed right there. So
Yeah.
we're gonna say they do have disadvantage
I'm
on this
glaring
attack.
at the
So I have a dodge
menacingly.
action as a bonus action because of my key stuff.
That just adds disadvantage, which they already have. So
Okay,
it's
well,
probably
then I
not
won't
worth
use
it.
it. Great.
Okay.
All right.
What's your AC?
14 currently.
Thanks.
Natural 20.
It is a nat one. So what ends up happening is you see as they do the duckling scurry. This is the maneuver now. You start walking by them, and then some of them they're doing a half committed assault on your leg. So as you're pulling up on the rope, you're not super fast, let's say, but they start crawling up you, and then their little legs are shaking so much because they see Prince Axios up the slope, looking down at them, having just roared at them, that their legs shake and they start slipping off of your armor. So like just like your body, they're like trembling. They flip onto their backs. And then they're having like of the other half that didn't make the assault, they're having to like flip themselves over
Gotcha.
to get them back in.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't
so-
work out well for them.
Well, in that case, these bugs just attacked me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna kill them now.
They just like crawl.
No, I'm going
Just,
to.
like-
They touched me. I kill crabs for a living.
Yeah, it's more like it.
So I'm going to attack.
All right, yeah,
using
go ahead.
my quarterstaff.
Okay. Whack some beetles.
I'm going to thwack some beetles. It's
Yeah,
a
why?
23.
I mean, hey, that hits. What do I
Hit
know?
some beetles.
Let's do that.
Play baseball with beetles.
It's 8 damage.
So these beetles crawl up you. They flip over because they're so scared. Their friends are kind of like trying to flip them back over, and you take your quarterstaff and just go, and it's literally like for mechanical purposes, they're all dead.
The whole bundle is dead.
Yeah, so the way I'll narrate it is that you squish the leader and so many others with one strike of your staff that they just sit there and they're just like, and they're doing a little like they're making these like rhythmic motions around the dead body of their leader. They seem a little out of sorts.
Are they dead?
And then they all die
Okay, great.
of a broken heart.
Can I?
It was just
Can
hard for
I
me to imagine you hitting 15 beetles with
Yeah.
one quarterstaff.
Can I
so.
funny haha to help you and use flurry of blows to use 2 unarmed attacks and just punch the rest
Yes,
of them?
yes, yes. You just free flurry.
You touched me!
All right, so
they're all dead.
Aegon seems to have a bit of an insect phobia here.
So about that door.
So,
I think we
well,
might be able to get it in.
half the bugs.
Well, that's true. But
you want
he
to
just
come back down?
smashed them all. I think we can do it.
By the
They're all
way,
gone,
Alright, that's you and I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, keep going.
Unless you have anything else.
I could still use another
So like
bonus
all
action
of the
because
bugs are
haha.
gone, or just one? Or just
I mean,
this
go
one?
No,
for it,
no,
and then we
just
can use
The one
our
on the
action.
ground is dead.
Yeah, the one that was on the ground is dead, but the one that was on the
no,
ceiling
I'll
is
just end
still
my turn.
there.
Okay,
I've ended my turn.
they're 30 feet up, right?
20 feet up.
20 feet up.
From where
Still
Aegon's
can't
standing.
hit them.
Yeah.
Okay, Cool. Have anything that you can do about those bugs?
So, geometry.
Yes.
220.
A squared plus.
Are you
B
checking
squared
range on something? I can
equals
approximate.
C squared.
Wild
You
shape.
do not
Actually
need to
using
do
the
that.
Pythagorean
No, you do
theorem.
not need to do that. What range are you checking on? What range
The
are you
range
looking for?
from her to the bug.
I know, but what are you going for? What's
Short
the thing?
bow.
Short bow.
Short bow, you are roughly 20 plus 20, let's say, you're actually 45 feet away.
Okay.
So you need to be 80 feet, or that's the minimum range? Is that how that works?
Yeah, you
80
can do
to
a regular
420?
attack. Your
Okay.
short bow can hit.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
You'll
fine.
be fine.
I do appreciate that, though. I like the idea of us doing just like pre-algebra.
Math.
18
Just to
plus
get our...
This works.
your.
Is you have a
So you don't get a
range of
proficiency
80.
bonus with your short bow, but you do get a +1.
Max.
So it's a
20.
19.
So it's less.
So, hey, guess what? That happens to hit.
Wow.
Roll for damage.
Easy.
Heck yeah!
It's
Oh.
easiest on the app.
That's right.
Actions, short bow, press that button.
Or is it?
It's 2 damage.
Two damage. Okay. So your arrow flies through, and you see as one beetle's like hanging. They're doing a little trapeze situation where some of them are hanging from others' hands, and your arrow skewers one of them. So one beetle's hanging 2 feet on the ceiling, 2 feet hanging down, holding one of his other fellow beetle friends. You skewer the one that he's holding onto, and it goes and sticks into the ceiling. And then this beetle's just looking at the beetle that it was previously holding right there. So
no.
that all happens.
Nice.
But good job, though.
Kill these stupid beetles.
Nice.
2
Burn
damage.
them all.
Was that your turn?
That was.
Okay,
Unless you
is
want
it mine
to do a
now?
bonus action. I don't think she does. Go.
I don't think I have a bonus
I
action.
don't think you do.
Okay, I'm gonna basically do the same thing. I'm just gonna like walk up here and then fire with my short bow.
Yeah, do it.
Oh, we both have short bows?
Yeah.
Ah, so short bow.
The archer squad over there.
I have a
That's a
sling
21 to
It
hit.
still hits.
Uh,
What a shock.
6 plus 5. That is 8 damage.
8 damage, you finish them off. So, and as these 2 arrows fly, you just see beetles pinned to the ceiling of this cavern now, as they have all been basically exterminated.
Was it like dripping like beetle guts?
Absolutely, yeah. And the
Absolutely.
color of the beetle guts is
Important.
Right.
purple.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's pretty.
Is there-
Is it like a lavender purple or like a royal
Hey, are they-
Let's find out. It's
they
a really
above
light
me?
purple.
Okay,
so
yeah.
that's
So,
Are they above me?
not anymore, no. Well, I mean, some of their
Are
the
the
guts
guts
falling
dripping
on
on
me?
him?
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely
No.
guts are absolutely. Actually, I'm gonna roll for guts to hit you. What's your AC?
14.
They hit you.
No.
Guts splatter onto your shoulder. You got this nasty lavender stain.
Sorry.
He really is an insectophobia here, or whatever word that is. So
Are they
okay, they're dead.
Are they worth anything? Like.
Are they worth
The
it?
guts?
Yeah.
Guts.
Why are you asking me? I don't know.
Are they? Do you know what?
Put them in your bag just in case.
What are we putting
Like
on?
grab a few.
Good.
There is a pile
guts.
next to me of pulverized bug if you want that.
They've been punched so many times.
I have turned them into a small paste.
They're right even in their death.
Yeah.
Could I use a? Probably not. Can I use my bonus action to dash towards the door again and try that thing again?
Sure.
Alone?
I have cutting action. Will
You
let
are
me dash
officially
my,
out of combat. So
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm
No,
gonna
don't worry about it.
I'm gonna now just use the rope
hey,
I'm holding
Axios,
onto
you
and
wanna
go
come
back
join
down.
us?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I slide
Bye,
down on my
guys.
shield again.
Okay, cool.
Great. Everybody's down here now.
Okay, cool.
Should we move this combat?
Let's run at this
Yeah.
door
It's
again.
nice to see it. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
you all stand at the front, and the moment you are at that 20-foot mark outside, on the outset of this bull's face, you hear it
Are we doing this again?
again
Are we doing this?
say,
No, let's do it.
All right.
"Face me."
I face it.
Let's
You
go.
won't.
Cypress faces him. Good. "Charge me down, and do not hesitate."
All right.
Okay.
This time, but better.
Okay.
Good
plan.
So, any change, or are we all just running at
I
once?
don't know.
Uyana does not run.
Okay.
All
right.
One.
I'm not using my daunting roar because that's one per short rest, but I roar.
Regular roll.
Just for fun.
We're encouraged. I think we're encouraged by her. Wait, did we get inspiration?
I did get
Inspiration
an
dice?
inspiration to.
Yeah, you were singing us a jam, right?
I was singing a jam until the Beatles interrupted us, but I think you were thoroughly inspired just by my like half jam.
How many do you give? Typically, Bardic is 3 per short rest.
Yes. So let's go.
So you pick actually.
Yeah.
You get to decide who you're giving it to, and it should be on any. I think it's any ability check or save.
Right.
Or attack.
So I think. Oh, I said a creature. It's just one creature.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I'm going to give it to, cause like, Ari and I have kind of like bonded a little over the house and
Also,
stuff.
you saw
I
her
also knocked myself.
knock her
So
cranium
she
into the
also
wall
just
so
like
hard.
knocked herself the freak out.
Yeah.
So I am going to give her inspiration, and that is
Pity
going to
points.
be
Let's go.
a d6.
Wait,
No, it's
I
actually
know the
you
D6
hand her a
and I will
d6.
roll it.
It's the inspiration die. And the cool thing is
I'll give it back if you
she
need
can
it.
react to a roll by rolling before knowing the outcome of that roll.
Actually, can I like steal a d6 from
No,
you
I
so
got
she
you.
can have hers?
Okay, you got it. So,
Tiny D6.
okay.
So who's inspired?
All of you are preparing to charge it,
Except for
and
Young.
Except me.
I'm
Yep.
ready.
I have another one if you want to give it to someone.
okay, all of you, you
right.
start running, and nothing else, right? You do a roar for flavor.
Yeah.
You all start running the
Flavor.
moment your feet step on the runway. Here comes the fire. Give me a wisdom saving throw. We'll see how you do this time.
Yeah. 18.
Is this my
I got a nat 20.
Harry.
Uh-oh. We know what that means.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a crit fail.
Ah!
Oh no!
My, how the turntables. You two are not running this time.
Okay.
Seems
It's-
fair.
It's the 4
Okay,
of us.
I
So,
doesn't work.
Okay,
You guys
not
got
only
it.
are the 4 of you running, congrats, you all succeeded, you are fired up.
All right.
You're gonna drop kick this wall.
All right.
Your roaring. So you hear it's the heaving sound, and then your roar. They're like colliding sounds.
Yeah.
You are all sprinting full force. You get 2 d6s for this roll, and guess what? You need a 14 to pass this time. Good luck.
Oh boy.
5.
3.
I got 6 total.
That
11.
puts us at
Y'all,
11.
what is with these
14.
bad
We're
boys?
That's 14. You. So I'm gonna narrate. I'm gonna narrate a few things at once. What ends up happening here is the noise, the challenge. They stand up. A roar. You start running. You're standing by. What are you doing while all this is happening?
I'm like holding my thing. I think I'm still playing.
Okay.
Like to give them inspiration.
The best part about this is that like you inspired Ari. We're gonna go through Ari's problem here. So she is like, all right, this door literally knocked me unconscious. I am going to defeat it. And then the moment you start sprinting, you see a flash in the back of your mind, and you see yourself face planting into it again.
Ow.
And the moment you see it, you're like, you do this, you do like the stutter step thing where you're running
Wait,
too
hang
fast, you have to
on.
like slow down. You are frozen in fear, so much so that even Uyanga's inspirational song is grating on your mind. You're like, it is so annoying. How dare you try to inspire me, even though you're not running yourself. I am not doing this. And so you frozen in place. The 4 of you roar, reverberates, running down, drop kick, you 3, shoulder bash into the hallway, and you hear as this large slab of stone falls before you. The horns give way, and it didn't open. It literally just fell down. It literally boom as the stone falls behind
Is
you.
it still shooting fire now toward us?
Yeah. Everyone, roll another dex save.
Oh boy.
No. The fire is
Okay.
out, the eyes have lost their glow, and kind of like a broken record, you hear that heaving sound go. And it fades away and is gone. So you are through this doorway. You 2 behind them, about 20 feet. You 4 break through, and you're suddenly in a large room. And inside of it, you see a few things. First, you were first through the door. You roll perception.
Okay.
And because there are 4 of you, I'll allow
18.
1 more perception roll.
I'll roll it.
Okay, you roll it.
17, 22.
Okay. So, wall falls, you're into the room.
Very perceptive.
And you see a few things all at once. First, you see the most beautiful and ornate fountain. Underground, it is a bull's head with horns wide, but the horns are made of some kind of polished marble statue, and from the horns, water trickles down and out and spills into two separate embankments of water that make up this bull's fountain. You see that with this large head, which we're going to call 20 feet wide, and about 7-8 feet tall, with the horns themselves being another 5 feet, right? So that's about what you got for the fountain's head. That in this room itself, which we're going to say is 50 by 50, let's call it a square. It's mostly round, but for these purposes, you've got this fountain with two pools in front of you. Underneath it, you see a pedestal, and on it, it looks like there is a book that sits there at the chief of the pedestal.
Is the book open?
Can you read?
The book is open, yes.
I want to read the book.
I thought you were
Good.
illiterate.
That's what I said.
I'm
You-
literate. Aegon has a +6.
You're taking in this sight, and you smell two things. One, the water smells of saline, like a salt-like oceanic smell to it, which is weird. You're very far inland, so that smell strikes you as funny. All of you, the four of you, you two will catch up and see this in a moment. Notice that on the wings of this room, you've seen the fountain in front of you, I've described it. On the wings of this room, you see that there are like these muddy patches of grass and vines that have started to grow. They seem relatively unkept. They're on both sides of you in the corners. And then the ground in front of you is mostly broken tile. Almost like there was a mosaic here at some point, but it is basically indistinguishable. It looks like there was someone who designed this a long time ago. So, you are now in this room.
What is the fountain made
Oh,
of? Does the tile continue into the fountain?
A marble, and yes, continues into the fountain.
Okay.
I want to walk up to the book.
let them
read
know.
it.
Oh, and the
smells
water,
salty.
where is the water coming from? It starts in the bull's head, but is clearly flowing from some kind of groundwater. So it's flowing into this area and then creating this little place.
I let them know it smells salty.
Yeah.
Can I want to like dip my paw in the water and sort of like sniff it and then lick it a little bit.
Okay. So you go up to the fountain on the left or the fountain on the right?
Oh, there are two
There's
fountains. I
two
thought there was a
They're
big
two
fountain
bull's
in the
horns
middle.
that drop into two different fountains.
Oh.
They're like two little recess pools.
I probably would have gone to the right.
Okay. So you go up to this thing and you dip your
Yeah, I'm just
paw
kind of
in.
like looking around, and so I just want to like check out this water.
Okay, cool.
See what it's
So hold on. That was a wiener.
great.
Okay, cool. So you touch it, and it seems fine. And then you taste it,
Yeah.
and it tastes like salt water.
Ugh. This is definitely salty water.
I told you it smelled
I just
salty.
wanted to confirm.
I think Aegon
Kinda
wanted
I
to
want to go
after
up to
all.
the book and read it.
Yeah.
Is it open or is it closed?
It is open.
Okay, I want to go up and read it.
Okay, I never mentioned this, but there are
Don't
two.
touch
There
too
are
much.
a set of two steps that go up to it, so it's raised above these two little recesses.
Can someone
So
do
you
like
step
a
up,
little safety
and
check?
you do that.
Yeah, I
Um,
can check for traps on it.
You decide to wait for her to do that.
Yeah, I'll do that. That seems wise.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me what you see in that book. It looks like
Insight?
it's open to
What are you
a particular
looking for?
page.
Yeah, right.
Traps.
Just on.
Maybe like a pressure plate trap or something. If he picks up a book or something.
Okay, Indian and Jim
wait.
style.
If he in his foolishness picks up the book.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Investigation.
Yeah, Arian Younger have like walked in.
It's a
Nice.
10. Don't
Yep.
worry about it.
There.
Don't worry about it.
It's a 10.
Okay, cool.
It's
So
fine.
you check all the plates and things like that, and you are not confident whether it is or not trapped.
Good luck.
Alright, I wasn't going to stop anyway. I'm going to walk up and read the book.
Okay. So, what's that, Lupin?
What happened?
I was gonna say, if you don't want to step on the plates, I can just float up on the plates and take a peek real quick.
I will read it.
Okay, cool.
So you pick up the book, and it is it's probably what you'd expect. It's actually got a hard bound to it, but it is incredibly faded because the book was left open in this sort of saline underground environment. The pages are really weathered. They are like. I'll say we don't have to roll for this, but you are worried that if you handle this improperly, the pages might dissolve in your hands. Looking at the book, because you first look at the pages that's open in front of you. You see a script that you absolutely don't recognize. In fact, you couldn't even necessarily... Actually, I want you to roll intelligence.
Do it.
And actually...
What is it?
You know what?
It's a dirty 20.
History. It's a history check. There, I'm using history checks.
It is a 22.
Great. Oh, you have a history skill?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I guess...
I'm a monk.
Yeah, you're a monk.
Master for anything.
Well, very good. That's a really good roll. You are certain that this dialect is not only so rarely used as to be indecipherable by most scholars, even Sapphire scholars, you remember seeing this in the writings of your own Master Vareni to one of the other sages back in the Diamond Sages. Wow. You know that it is not, with a 22, you know that it is not Master Vareni's dialect. So it might be something that one of the other sages speaks. The strikes, the markings are, if I'm being lazy about this, they look like Farsi, or like a Persian dialect. So what you have are a lot of smaller characters with
tilts and
yeah, exactly, tilts, and they are pulled really close together. And if you with a 22, what the heck, you can tell that you would typically read it from right to left. And so just the way that the penmanship works across the page. I'm assuming you pick it up and close it.
I understand that this is a very precious document that could theoretically be something that attaches to where I'm from and the people that they're in. I'm going to very carefully close it.
Cool. We're not going to make you roll for it unless something extreme happens.
Put it into a bag.
Cool. But just know that it is fragile.
I have some robes that you can wrap it in.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Aegon, was it anything interesting?
So basically, it's really hard for me to understand what it says, but back when I was hanging out with Master Vareni up in the north in the mountains, I saw a lot of things that looked very similar to this. Oh. So I'm thinking it might have to do with something that the sages found.
Can we go talk to them about it?
Well, the thing is that Headmaster Zagria worked with my Master Vareni.
So she might know.
So she might know. I think that
That's
we take it to her.
Sure.
I am continuing to narrate that when you close the book, you get to see the cover of it. The cover of it has a symbol that I am going to make you roll history again.
That's a nat 20. Get out, blade nerd.
Oh my gosh.
Swag. I'm really well read.
I mean, makes sense with your upbringing.
Goodness gracious, they got. The moment that you see it, it hits you. The symbol. You see a young woman holding her hands in front of her. You see there in her hands what a very soft etching that would be traditionally used to represent stars. It's like a particular way that they do like it's a sketch
She's
effect.
A celestial.
And you are certain that this is the manifestation of a symbol that you see of Virgo.
The celestial being. Swag.
Swag. This book is certainly a text about or to Virgo, and it reminds you. It reminds you of the sage with the nat 20. It reminds you of the sage and the diamond sages that it has worked with this. With that is the prophet to Virgo. Yeah. And because I have to make up a name now, her name is Master Dulik. So Dulik.
Master Dulik?
No, not in this case. One day he'll enter at some point.
Yes.
So given that, you have the book now. You now may know who the owner of this is.
I'm definitely adding that to my inventory. Anyway, okay, guys. So I have a idea. I'll add it later. I have an idea of who we really could just bring this to. I'm fairly certain this belonged to one of the masters in the Diamond Sages. I think her name was Doolittle, Duloc, Dulik. It was Master Dulik. She's it has to do with Virgo, the celestial.
Oh. Yeah, this seems like a very significant thing.
This is Virgo's symbol. Oh, what is it doing in
Taurus?
Garden
Imagine
of Taurus?
if we were able to make that trip and come back
We'd
successful.
win the challenge.
Hey, how
We would
long is
have
the
to.
trip over to
I mean, it
Crabland.
took me a while.
Is tomorrow classes or adventuring?
We can
I don't know
actually
what
check
day
with the
is it.
world map here.
Further, this seems to
With
further
each
your
hex and a
quest
half day?
quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's probably.
I would.
Oh geez, it's like 1 billion miles away.
Well. Oh, we
We
would
could
have to
get
go
there
through the
by
Amicus
Christmas
Kingdom.
break.
If you didn't stop ever, it would probably take 10 weeks.
I don't think we have time for that.
We definitely
Hey,
don't.
can you talk to your?
I still think we should definitely go to Zagria.
I agree.
We
yeah.
should go to Headmaster Zagreus.
I
Absolutely.
know that if she has worked with Master Vareni has appeared to me using some celestial magic. I'm not sure what it is. I don't fully understand it.
All right.
While he was still in his
That
temple,
sounds crazy.
I don't know how to explain it. It was crazy cool.
Do you know how to do that?
I don't. They
Dad
never
knows.
taught me. That's why I'm here.
Oh. If necessary, she could give us clearance to
Right.
go on a journey that long.
That's
This
true.
is true. I just mean
true.
if Headmaster Zagria is able to communicate with Dulik, she might just simply be able to come and talk to us.
Call him up on
I'm
the-
sure she's probably able to
Mind
travel
phone?
much faster than
I'm
we
sure.
are.
Well,
I
as
think-
fast
Probably
as
has-
the stars.
You know,
Yeah.
sage stuff.
Magic.
Yeah.
We'll put
No,
a
that's
cell
magic. White.
celestial cell.
That too. I'm gonna keep this pretty simple. Do you have some
It's like
something
2
I can
a.m.,
wrap
right?
this?
Yeah,
Does anybody have
yeah.
something I can wrap this in?
I have fancy ropes that I hand
Okay.
him.
Nice.
I will very carefully wrap this tome of Virgo. and
We'll
place
want to
it
wait
into
till
my
morning. It's
bag.
probably like 2 a.m. right now.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do we see
Did
anything
we
else in the
decide
chamber?
what day it was?
What's up?
Did we decide
It was
what
after
day
dinner.
Do
when
we
you-
have class
Well, this was
tomorrow?
Yes,
the first
we have class
day.
probably in
This
like
was like
3
Yeah,
hours.
this was day 1.
So
it's let's call it squarely midnight at this point.
What
'cause
day
you,
of the
No,
week
we
is it?
went.
Oh.
We went to
Do
the
we use
garden
a
at
Gregorian
midnight.
calendar or?
It's probably Monday.
it
Right?
doesn't matter. Let's just say that you have classes tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Also, what was I gonna say?
Is there anything else in the chamber? I don't know what you were gonna say.
Only what I described previously.
Okay. Unless you guys have anything else here, I
take
think
a look
this
at the
might be what
other
we're
to the
supposed to
left.
find.
No.
Could we take
Okay.
some of this
Let's
water?
take a
with
look
us?
at it.
You're
That's
looking
literally
into
what's
it.
That's a good idea.
Roll perception.
Investigating it.
I wonder if they're
Whatnot,
like
I don't know.
celestial.
Are you if you're looking for something specific? Let me know. That'll
I'm
be
just
investigation.
I'm just seeing like
I have a water
if it's
skin.
just salt
I've got
water
some in
or there's
it.
anything different about it.
That is investigation.
You probably have.
If you're trying to
You
look
have
for
adventuring
to
gear.
see something, then that's perception. But if you're like
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
you
figure
have
out what's the
adventuring
deal
gear,
with
so you
this, then that's
definitely have a water
investigation.
skin as well. I put
18.
water from the right
Cool.
fountain into my water skin.
Okay.
I'm gonna dump my water. skin
Um,
and
So you're
fill it
investigating
up.
this water to the left here. You are pretty sure that this has some kind of magical property to it. It's muted, but there is a reason it's being collected here, and it seems like it might be valuable.
I think there's something up with this water.
Okay.
Well, that's good. I already put some in
Yeah,
my water
sweet.
skin.
We should take some.
Yeah,
of this.
I'm gonna dump my water skin.
I'm gonna
and
take mine
scoop
too.
some as
Yeah,
well.
I
Same.
definitely get some of the water as well because I'm fascinated with all of this. Also, I've been kind of trying to edge towards Aegon and look at the book while he's. Oh,
It's in my bag, bro.
Yeah, but
I
like before you put it in your bag,
Use
I've been like
divine
intently
sense
watching.
on
I
the
see.
water. Detect good and evil. It says I can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what that means.
You do that. You use that. You get a read on this.
Yeah, I just do it.
Actually, this may be important. I doubt it, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm playing this right. Wait, what's the exact one again? Name again?
Divine sense.
Oh, hold on. Sorry.
Give me some info.
Oh, I see. No, your spidey sense is not tingling.
Okay, great.
Swag.
Cool.
All right.
Good to know.
Okay, so you do all this. We're gonna just say that all of you have filled your flask. You maybe emptied them out and filled it with this new water that you've got down there.
Good.
Okay. Anything else?
Good.
I go up and like reach up as high as I can and lightly touch the nose of the bowl.
Okay. It feels smooth.
Nice.
Nice.
I just want to do.
Nice.
All right. I've got a full water skin.
Yeah, I got one.
I'm
gonna write that.
I'm gonna go ahead and start heading back, you guys.
I'll follow Aegon.
Yeah, that's down.
Just
Good.
as
Take a
everybody,
look
like,
around.
unless anybody's also planning to stay behind, as everybody is like turning to leave, I'd like unsling my fiddle and play just like a very quick, soft tune, kind of like as a thank you to Taurus and
Taurus the deity or Taurus the statue?
both. Everything, just like
kinda all
the
good.
room for letting us be here and letting us come. So it's just like a gesture.
Sorry.
Is it intended to be religious?
Sorry for ramming down your door.
I think the youngest people and just like being in the Topaz tribes in general have kind of a respect for like everything. That it's not necessarily that she herself is worshiping this deity, but just that.
I guess I'll put it in different words.
Yeah.
Are you trying to, in any way, hear from or commune with this deity?
Maybe a little.
A little, she
little.
said.
Yeah.
Having her cake and eating it too. Then you will roll religion on it.
Okay.
So I speak Celestial.
Yeah.
Can I hear that she's playing like this little, maybe...
Little ditty.
You hear her playing music, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Uyango. What you doing? I thought we were leaving.
That's a 15.
Okay.
She like slowly she stops playing and lowers her fiddle. She's like, nothing. I'm coming.
Alright.
So nothing happens. You play it, it sounds, you can, roll performance as well, just for fun.
Brilliant.
It sounds.
It sounds...
Okay, well that's like an 8, but it's fine.
You're very focused.
That's alright.
You're
It's a little less
internally,
than
you're very
mediocre.
focused. Your fingers trip over this new instrument to you, relatively new instrument for you.
Yeah.
Nothing happens. Aegon, you see that nothing happens. You are all preparing to leave. As you leave, you feel a very soft voice inside of you. And with the 15, you hear this. You hear, thank you, my... And then it sort of trails off. Cool.
What was it? Does everybody else hear it or do I
No,
just hear it? I
you
hear it.
know, you're actually certain that it's internal.
Okay.
Cool. Kind of like how you heard Master Vareni's voice in the garden.
The cackle?
The cackle, yeah.
Okay, great.
So, y'all walk out. Axios, I need you to roll luck.
What is that? Just a D20?
It's a d20. It's always, if you don't know, it's a d20.
Okay.
Almost always true.
I got 12.
Plus luck.
I don't know what
There's not a
luck
plus.
is.
Proficiency. She's proficient in luck.
You...
Well, if only I were a halfling.
Your pickaxe feels a little heavier.
That's a little weird. Maybe like I'm weaker or something. My war pick kind of feels heavy. Can you hold this for a second? Is this heavier to you
Yeah.
than earlier?
No.
Am I crazy? Are you feeling wrong?
So,
It's
Aegon,
just kind of heavy.
you've never held her pickaxe, his
yeah.
pickaxe, so you have no concept of
Does this seem
whether it
heavy
feels
to you?
heavier than before.
This-
It feels like a pickaxe.
Just
A war pick,
feels like
sorry. A war pick.
A war pig. I don't know. It's got a pretty hefty head, I
I
guess.
don't know. It just it doesn't usually.
The
feel
moment
like
you take
this.
it back, it feels like its own weight again. We're talking about a difference of like 5 pounds. It's definitely noticeable, but...
Can I like investigate like the tip of it and stuff?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I got a 6.
No,
so.
I'll say that all the time. It's my bluff half the time. So...
I like look over
Yeah.
my shoulder like.
You're like, well, that was weird.
I hate
All right.
Hey, I have a quick question. Can I like feel around on my person and make sure there's not a freaking beetle on me right now?
There are guts all over you right now.
Yeah, but is there a actual
A live beetle
on
on
me?
you?
Was that what was on her hammer? I just need to know.
They like crawled on
It's just
you.
like chilling.
No, you're positive there's not a beetle.
Okay, great.
Hey, can I look
Just
in the
curious.
bushes nearby and look for a bug?
No.
Oh.
There are no bushes.
There
Are
was
you
not.
outside or are
I
you
thought
inside
we were already
the...
outside.
I feel like
You're looking for a bug in the bushes?
Oh, we left?
Wait,
We
so-
went all the way through the whole
hold on.
dungeon and are out now?
Where
Are we
was
out?
my
we
pick
had more places
heavier?
to go, didn't we?
Pretty much when you left the
More like direction
fountain,
outside.
the fountain room. The fountain room, yeah.
Because I was gonna say maybe there's like a deposit nearby.
Okay.
Is there?
Well, we have.
we have more dungeon to
Yeah,
explore.
we have more to explore.
Oh,
in
I
theory.
forgot about
We
that.
just
I
took
thought,
a path.
I thought we were already outside. What's happening?
You
think we
left
just
the
left the room.
fountain room.
So we got
Okay.
back to here.
Stepped over the big stony rock that's in front of you.
Oh.
The door that we bashed down.
Well,
Do we want to like keep exploring?
I say while we're here, we keep going.
Might as well. I mean,
Get
It
more
is-
gems!
Who needs sleep?
You
It
kids
is
are
2
holidays,
a.m.
I mean,
If everybody's going, I am also
isn't this
going.
what
I'm
college
not
is
gonna go out
about?
by
yeah,
myself.
let's be honest.
All-nighter.
Oh boy.
Knights and
All
jump.
I've always wanted to pull
Right
a
before
college
class
all-nighter.
ends.
Okay, so I'm imagining.
Real fun.
I am gonna make everyone roll a single athletics check to get up the rope again to see if anyone embarrasses themselves.
Aegon, guide us.
I'm just gonna
Well,
float up the.
I'm gonna embarrass
Okay,
myself.
so I have
I
plus
float up
6
the hill. I don't
athletics.
even touch the ground.
I have
I'll
an
say you
8.
don't have to roll athletics. Yeah.
Okay.
I have
I
an
got a
8.
9.
That's
8,
5.
I
9.
also rolled an
no.
8.
We're not doing too high.
We're tired.
We're
Y'all
fine.
be acting chonky. Come on.
I'm also just real thin and strong.
Chonky. I'm
I
like
got 16.
more than 300
So
pounds.
you're all gonna go single file just for fun, and because you didn't dictate any order. I'll say you went in the order that you just announced, and so you're sandwiched in between those two, and the two of you see her slip on the rope. You get a chance to catch her. Roll a dex check. Dex check.
Aries is having a hard time today.
Who gets a chance to catch his
Oh,
14.
Cypress is catching Ari here as Aries slips.
14.
You grab her hand and you keep her from falling.
Thank you.
Got you.
Nice.
Should he roll a
Be a little more
disadvantage
careful.
because he's like
No.
a twig person?
No.
But I am hella dex.
Cowards.
Can I use my claws to kind of dig into the slope so that
Are
I
you
have a better
holding onto
grip?
the
Yes,
rope?
you make it anyways. Everyone else makes it.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
I have a question. How long does this last?
The
The
inspiration.
inspiration die.
Oh,
It was
I
true.
just checked this a moment
Add
ago.
perpetual.
I thought it was just there
Until your
you
next
use it.
rest. I think it's
Okay.
until your next rest.
Cool. We're
You
not
can't
sleeping
like
tonight.
you can't like sleep 30
Cool.
days and stack up a
Sure.
billion inspiration. So
The
yeah.
inspiration.
I'll double check, but it really doesn't matter
Okay.
for this. So you make it. You tell me where you're going as a group.
Yeah, so we are so we go back out through the hallway with all the Taurus heads.
Yep.
And we're here. And then we turn back left and then we turn here to where we decided originally when we were like, okay, I know there are a couple more passageways, but there's a deposit over here. We should go to the deposit first.
Oh, to
We
mine.
decide to turn to the right from there. So we are going on this rendition of the map
Yeah, I see it.
north.
I'm gonna do my whole stealth ahead, check
Okay,
the
cool.
traps thing.
Cool. So you start walking ahead. You still have lights from earlier. I'm imagining with cantrips, you're just casting
And
this
we
fairy
have
lights.
dark vision.
Yeah, and dark vision
Yeah.
makes it a lot easier.
I'm
That's why
walking
I'm
very casually.
very
I'm like,
casual.
this is cool.
I'm floating
We
We
casually.
just covered
It
the bones,
becomes-
find a cool fountain.
It becomes very odd to you as you were walking forward that your lights, it's as if the air itself in front of you acts like the tints on a window from a car. And so it's really hard for us to conceptualize as humans of like here as actual people. But imagine if light was just going and then it hits square against the surface and stops. And so what is beyond that, really what you're all perceiving is what looks like an absolutely pitch black wall of darkness in front of you. And
Can
that
I
is what you
reach
see.
out and touch it?
Do you?
Can I? Yeah, I want to.
Poke it with
Okay.
your stick.
You stake at your
Oh
hand.
yeah, no, I'll just use my hand. That's what I was.
Your
gonna
hand
do.
goes straight through. It doesn't feel any
I
different
pull-
on the other side.
I can't see my hand.
You
when I
cannot
put-
see your hand
That's
6
awesome.
inches in front of
I'm
you.
gonna
Can I
say
poke my
the
head through
Do you?
and like see if I can? Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
It
Maybe we
would
should
be.
stealth.
It would be like
Stealth
sticking
this.
like a blindfold on. You are so absolutely unable to see anything.
It's not like a two-dimensional plane. It is a solid mass of you can't see.
Yeah, the moment that your
Yeah.
head enters it, you can't see. You pull it out, and you can see again.
Okay.
Even with dark vision.
Even with dark vision.
Is this? Can someone detect magic?
I want to.
Or
I mean, this is
I
some
can
kind of
detect evil and
magic.
good.
I don't
I
know
mean,
if that
I
would.
know this is magic.
Sure.
We can't
I-
see him.
I want to
We've
put my
got
shield
lights.
up and slowly walk forward into it.
I'm gonna.
Look at you
go with
using
her
your
and try to
shield for
stealth.
shieldy stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to be as
sometimes.
quiet as possible.
Yeah, yeah,
Something
gotcha.
is tier 0 that's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Correct? I'm
Yeah, you
going
guys, this
to
is super
cast-
weird. I want to check this out.
You
Do you want me to roll for it?
Yes, please roll that.
I'm gonna do produce flame, which is a tier 0 ruby.
Okay. Sure.
16.
I'm just
hold it?
holding it for
Yeah.
light.
Okay.
I can see.
stick
You
your
feel the
hand in there
heat
with the fire.
of the flame. Currently, we're resolving this kind of one step at a time. You walk first. You walk after. We'll see if anyone else does anything.
I'm walking
I'll-
for them.
To all of
just
you,
going.
you perceive Axios disappearing, like he teleported away. And as he steps
Okay,
through,
wait.
I'm still
it
here,
is-
guys.
You can hear him though.
Okay.
You can hear him. though.
I'm
You
okay.
hear his footsteps. You hear his armor kind of clanking against his shield as he's walking forward.
I'm sort of like hitting my shield periodically so that they
Don't
still
go
hear
too
me.
Try to
far.
like put a hand on his shoulder to kind of.
Wait,
guide.
did
Here,
we
you can
get
take my tail.
did we
Okay.
get the
So you're doing
rope?
like a hold behind.
Wait, did we get the rope from the top of the?
We'll assume you did.
Okay.
Y'all are smart.
Maybe.
So just
So
tie
I
up
I like
and-
quick like Axios. Aegon already went through, right?
Through the darkness.
Axios and I went
Axios
through.
and you. Okay.
And I'm following them.
Okay, so I like grab onto Aegon's sleeve as he's going through the rope.
Yeah,
The rope.
what?
Darkness. So
right, yeah.
I grab,
Hey, can you guys come back real quick? We're gonna attach a rope to make sure that we stay together.
Fine.
Let's say that you're in the middle of saying this.
Oh no.
And I actually want you both can roll perception. This is a hearing. This is listening. So we're going to see if that's relevant.
I hear nothing.
14.
I got a 4.
14 and 4. Cool. Your armor is so loud.
Yep.
Why on earth is your armor so loud? You need to grease this thing. It's as you're like
some WD-40?
So
Let me just check my inventory.
Out of my magical WD-40.
the room that you're in sounds big. It's a big room. Whatever room you stepped into.
We should be careful here.
Yeah, you every now and then you can hear like his own echo kind of bouncing off the.
So do y'all
She's
come back
actually holding
when
onto my tail.
Okay.
Do y'all come
So,
back when
like-
he says, "Come back and let's tie rope"?
I went in with fire.
Yeah, I was fine.
I
with
imagine
that.
you do. Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
went. I
Hey,
have fire. Can I see
Marco.
anything?
Alright, so you walk in.
I walk
It's
in.
pitch black to you as well.
There's no the flame.
You can feel the heat, but you don't see anything. It's literally like this. Ready? Flame in your hand. You can see it. You step in. You're doing this.
It's gone.
It's really that simple. You
Yeah.
can't see anything, but you can feel and hear everything.
So we're
Marco.
Polo.
Oh, okay. I follow the polo to get
my
back to the
gosh.
party.
You go back. It is true that you wouldn't know which direction to go.
Yeah.
It's not like looking backwards. You can see the light of the place you came
Yeah.
from. It is everything. Is
Okay,
pitch
and
black.
so we rope up.
I imagine you rope
I
up.
think that's a good
Who's
idea.
tying?
Who is
Who,
tying?
Who's tying?
has good
Who?
knot skills?
No. Who initiated tying it? That's the person who's gonna tie it.
So I called
Either
everybody
Aegon
back, but
or-
did you
I
want to tie the
initiate.
rope?
Yeah,
Okay.
you
I
seem-
tie the rope around it.
Give me a dex check.
Okay. Can I roll with advantage because I am used to putting up bears and tying up horses and no bad lifestyle.
Are you
Sure.
a nice dear?
Yeah.
What a
It's
nice
reasonable. It's reasonable.
She would tie a lot of knots.
I would
anyways.
tie.
I have
What
a
did you want me?
Oh, actually, no. We're gonna give you proficiency, which is +2,
Okay.
so not advantage.
4.
So here's the
I
thing.
feel that.
Here's the thing. We as players must separate ourselves from the characters.
Yes.
You're done. You did it. You
I did
tied it. It looks good.
Yeah, it's fine.
So,
We're good.
so you're all set.
All right, let's go.
Are you doing like the kindergarten thing where you're all individually tied to each other, or is it like one leash on one person, everyone else is holding onto it? Also like kindergarten. Wait a second.
Yeah. We're all like
I was imagining one tied to the next, tied to the next, tied to the
Yeah,
next.
that's
Okay.
kind of what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
All right,
Like
we're
a choo-choo train.
We're gonna assume that was what
Almost
you
like
imagined.
we're rappelling up a mountain, except
Yeah.
we're,
Yeah,
so we're all
because
attached to
then,
each other.
if anybody is like
in a
dragged
line.
into the darkness, everyone's going with
Right.
them.
Yes.
Right. Who's first?
Me, with
yeah.
my shield.
It's Axios.
I'll go close behind.
I'll go like mid.
Well,
pack.
who's attached to who? Does it?
Okay,
does that
so-
matter?
Actually, I do need the order.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
wait,
need an
let's-
order.
Let's
Order.
Use the sticky notes.
Oh, I was gonna use
Okay.
the dice.
Oh, okay, then use the dice.
So who goes first?
I wanna be next to
this
that.
is
Axios.
Axios.
Let's go Axios. I say
And
Aegon
this
should be
is-
in the back because he big boy
Yes.
who can help protect us from
Big
behind.
in the back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll go
Igor.
behind
He big
Axios.
boy.
Wait, you're going behind
Okay,
Axios?
so
I
it's
am.
gonna be Axios,
And then
Airy.
I'll go there.
and then yeah,
And then
Axios,
Lupin.
Axios,
Airy, me,
You, Lupin,
Cypress.
Cypress,
Lupin,
Aegon.
Cypress, Aegon. Okay.
Oh.
Perfect.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna keep my rapier out. as we go.
Everything's
I have
fine.
By the way, I don't know if
I
this
think-
was made aware to you. I have a quarterstaff and I walk with it.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Go.
As long as it
You
doesn't
killed
I am.
plenty of sad.
Yes,
beetles
I
with
did.
it.
It has guts on it. I'm
Course
fine
you
with
do.
Have
it.
you wiped the guts off
For the
anywhere?
well, on my robes probably.
Ew.
Sorry, robes. Well, they're covered in other guts. Thanks,
I've got your
archers.
order right there. You start walking forward, Axios. You are shielded up. I'm sure weapons are drawn. Surely this is kind of an unfamiliar territory
Sure.
where we're not feeling super
Safe.
comfortable, safe right now. Axios,
What's up?
perception again.
Okay.
Why did you go first?
I got an 18.
Okay.
That's why she went
That's why.
first.
What are you all doing as you walk forward?
I'm walking with my quarterstaff, hitting on the ground behind.
Trying to
Cool.
make as little
Like-
noise as possible.
Oh, so he's
Right, he's-
slamming his stick
I'm
on the
not
ground.
like slamming. I'm just like
I
a
am
walking stick.
Very
like, I'm
irritated.
Not, it's not. It should be loud.
I
I'm
have
not
my
like.
shield
I'm
up as
kind of
walking.
shuffling so I don't like trip over something.
Nice.
I am floating with the scimitar in one hand.
Random
and a flame in
person
the other.
representing the party. Oh, it gets to be you again. Roll stealth. with disadvantage.
I already have disadvantage. I have chainmail on.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's actually kind of good.
Extremely disadvantage.
Roll 4, take the loss.
Just twice. Take
It's
the worst.
a 3.
Great. Your party is
Bang,
clanging along.
I'm so angry.
Aries fury.
Hey guys, how we doing down here?
Hey, somebody yell if you're in danger.
The noise.
I felt a bug.
The noise ends up greatly helping you because as you're walking forward, your clanging mail and Cypress, I don't know, talking, I guess, along with the staff walking, the echo goes from to.
Does that mean it's even
Bigger.
more of a big
It's a
room?
tunnel.
That's like the sound
that
of
means.
that's like the sound of your metal, but the point is that you can immediately perceive with an 18 that your echoes have very suddenly gotten much farther away. There is some either massive opening in front of you in terms of the room or the space, and that's what you get. That's what
I don't
you
know why we can't see, but this place just got a lot bigger.
Whoa.
Did y'all notice that?
I can't see anything.
Hello!
Hello.
I mean, we haven't heard anything. It's probably fine.
Bye.
I like it in here.
I like it in here.
So no, you're stupid.
Hey, let's keep this for 2 hours and then I'm done. All right. Jordan!
Are we gonna keep walking?
Jordan!
What's your name?
I think we should keep walking.
Access to-
Yeah, I'm still walking.
You have no reason to be in here, but
I know,
it's a cool magic
Okay, I think Oyanga like hesitates just a step, and she like kind of pulls on the rope of like the two people in front of her, and she's
You're
like,
locked in.
Is everything okay?
Do we know how we're going to get back?
We'll just turn around.
Yeah, we'll just go backwards.
Walk backwards.
So at some point we'll be able to hit a wall, and we can follow the wall.
That's
all
true.
way
The
back.
echoes have to hit somewhere.
This is
Valid
true.
point.
Should we be finding a wall then? The echoes are coming from the side. Should we?
And in front of us.
Theoretically.
I fear that if we were to turn at this juncture, it would in fact cause us to fall down a pit of despair and sorrow.
Oh,
Can you
Are
use
you
your
good at seeing
dungeon
and then not seeing?
Use your dungeon
I-
things.
you are out of glints. Your eyes
I
are
don't
not
have
lighting up.
anything left, guys.
You're not lit.
I'm not very lit right now.
Bro, isn't that what college is about? How can you not be lit?
Find somebody.
True to Cypress's
I'm-
fashion.
So part of this ability that I have is I have to refresh it by looking at the stars. I haven't seen stars lately.
I like that. Sure.
Great.
We should consider that we're stepping too far into something that we're not prepared for if we go further. I'm not saying that we don't go further. I'm saying that we need to be ready for something that we are not prepared for.
I guess we ought to figure out if we don't go forward now, will we be able to come back?
Something
'Cause
powerful
I-
enough to cast this much darkness.
It's like blind.
I just
Certainly.
can't
How hard is it
necessarily.
to cast that?
I'm
I'm
not
not a
sure,
magic user.
but I imagine
2 of you get to roll Arcana.
Not me.
I have a +1.
I have a
I have a
plus
plus
one.
three.
Hold on.
Okay.
I have a plus
I have a
four.
+2.
Oh, plus
Y'all
three.
too.
Plus
Y'all
3
too.
and +4. Go.
That's a 22.
That's a
23.
23.
Jeez Louise.
Get outplayed, nerd!
We got some.
I got some
Slightly
roll.
closer.
Okay, well,
Stand
I
up.
mean, congrats. You two, you think, and you're like, Well, actually, you're all thinking. We're going to say this is a group effort. I was representing all of you.
We think.
As you're thinking, you start discussing what kind of magic it would take to do this, and despite many of you not having a formal background in magic itself, an understanding of the way that spells have been woven into your own individual cultures reveals to you that this kind of power is definitively evocative. It is an evocation spell. Not to mention, it's actually relatively easy to do.
Meaning Sapphire?
Yeah, meaning Sapphire. However, what makes this interesting, what'd you get, 22 or whatever?
22.
What makes this interesting to you is that this, typically the ability to cast this spell, not extremely difficult. The volume of space being occupied by this darkness is astronomically large compared to what you would normally see. So something about that's really fishy, and you know that it would take some, like, quite a lot of sapphires.
What are they?
May not be one person.
Okay, but what are they
That's
hiding
what I'm
if they need
thinking.
this much darkness?
It has to be
don't-
something really special.
At this point, I'm not sure, because I don't know if I can get us here again, and I don't know if we'll be able to come back if we leave.
I think we could go in.
If they're trying to hide,
Something
if
special.
they're using this much like magic to hide something,
I
it's
agree.
obvious they're not doing something good. So
That's
we should
fair.
find out and maybe
Something-
even stop it.
This
I mean,
close to the college
Or at least
could be
screw them over. I'm
incredibly
down
dangerous.
for that.
This
Well,
could
that
be-
other room did definitely look like nobody had been there in a long time. How long does magic like this last?
Do we know that?
Do
We
know
have a
that?
45 out of 40 roll.
Yeah, thanks.
We have a what?
45.
22 plus 23.
So that is what makes this really peculiar, is that doing it for a short period of time. This is the case with evocation spells. Evocation spells, in general, are short-lasting. They are effects. They are accents. They are moments in time.
Concentration?
What's up?
Would we know if it's concentration?
It is, yes, you are positive that it requires some form of concentration.
Darkness?
Yeah. And so that's actually a really important thing that I think a 22-23 would get you, is that you're like, okay, in order for this spell to be cast, there either must be an actual spellcaster that is consciously making this happen, or some really powerful alternative form of persistent magical energy that is providing the basis for this darkness.
This could be.
I really think that
Well-
we should keep going.
I'll follow you.
Anyone with this much power
Back.
shouldn't be using it to hide something.
Also, we've been
We need to
yelling
keep
in this
exploring.
room. I feel like they would have like yelled back, shown themselves, or
Killed
something.
That's also
something.
fair.
Killed us.
Yeah, something bad probably would have happened by now if they're here. So I think we should find out what they're up
The
to.
chorus of ninjas all surrounding us are all like,
They're just standing there, it's like, looking at you.
They just think we're dumb.
the darkness doesn't apply to them. They're just like,
Get owned, nerds.
I keep walking forward.
Okay.
I feel a tug in
Bit of a time.
Yeah, we all
Let's go,
go.
guys.
Cool. So you still hear this, your entire conversation has been echoing off the walls this entire day.
keep a feel out for like a pit in front of you or something.
Like a
Okay,
like
I have my war pick sort of like as a
Seeing eye
walking
stick.
stick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
Also look out for like a pendulum, maybe.
6.
Pit in a pendulum.
6?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll roll once more for a luck-based thing. Cool.
Man, pitch black.
Um,
With a giant axe pendulum.
You're tapping in front of you, and what ends up happening is you continue to hear the noise sort of open up in this space. And as all of you are kind of linked together in this really cute little kindergarten chain, you've discussed what is behind
Freshman.
this darkness. Why, if we are certain that this requires some form of concentration or persistent magical force, why on earth is something this big lasting for this long? You've already been there, let's say 5 minutes
Yeah.
discussing this. So what's the deal? You walk forward, roll a dexterity saving throw.
No.
Just her, all of us.
Just her. Him.
Yeah.
I got a 19.
Great.
Let's go.
This is what you feel.
Tuck and roll.
You're tapping with your sword, I guess.
No, my war pick.
Oh, that's right, your war pick. You're tapping with your war pick in front of you, and immediately you feel the war pick drop lower, and you are certain that that there is a fall, like there's a descent in
Whoa!
front
Everyone
of
stop.
You're
you.
welcome.
Your foot slides forward as the dirt falls out from before you,
I back up.
and you immediately start trying to hurl the center of mass, your weight backwards, just to keep your body from falling over the edge, knowing in that moment that someone as heavy as you with your armor would cause
Everybody.
a chain of people to be pulled
That
off
would
the
have been
cliff.
so. Hang on, back
You,
up, back
with-
up, back up, back up, back up.
You all sense him flailing in front of you. You have no idea why. This all happens in a heartbeat. And as you pull your weight back, you are desperately clinging, able to fall backwards. And you cause a domino effect as
Trust fall.
everyone collapses onto the ground
Yikes.
behind you.
My fairy body would
What's
die.
What's going on?
I trust fall on top of Airy.
It's a multi-combo.
Whoa, you
fall.
You're human, right?
Yeah.
So you're crushing myself.
Yeah, like roll.
Yeah, everyone look at the guy in front of you,
actually-
and that's the person that's crushing you right now.
Like
so
share
sorry.
a bed? Like, this is comfy.
My 4 foot
big are
something
you?
self.
how much do you weigh again?
I'm actually I'm
12
220.
pounds.
I'm not that bad. I'm not
Yeah.
huge.
That's me.
I am a small elf.
I'm glad I was in
Yeah.
the back, you guys.
Wait, so
Agreed. Okay.
why did you fall?
Yeah, there is definitely like a drop off ahead of us. It was
I
slippery.
knew
I
it.
almost
That's why I
fell.
told you.
Yeah, that was a
Watch
smart
out.
move.
Do you know if it has?
The
Can
drop
it go
off.
to the side?
Why don't we
I
just,
can
just like
can I do
now?
something?
What are you gonna do?
I think
I
it'd
would
be
like
dangerous.
I would like to tie myself to Aegon
Okay.
because I weigh very little and
Okay.
I'm floating, and I'd like
Okay.
to, with the amount of rope that I have,
Yeah.
to, like go around the perimeter with holding like my scimitar and just kind of feeling around.
Oh, that's
and see-
smart. 'Cause she's
You
She float-
you are aware that even you with your wings, if you were to badly fail in your dexterity, could still lose enough height to fall off of this cliff.
even
I
being attached
gotcha.
to Aegon.
Oh yeah, no.
I would like to support her.
That's why the rope is there. But
I
yeah,
will support
absolutely
her.
do that. I'm gonna fast forward. Go ahead and do your perception because you're just looking for stuff. You're not investigating anything, unless you're trying to make sense of the echo or something.
16.
Okay, so you you tap around. You go left and right. Because it's a pretty narrow hallway, just like all the others, it comes to an end. There's a drop-off. It is flush. The entire drop-off is flat, and it is in front of you, and any going forward would mean dropping down. So, you can try that. You can hover as
So
far.
sad I can't
We'll
fly.
say, just for fun, you can hover forward at a loss of, like, 2 feet per foot. So if you wanted to hover like 20 feet forward and see what was going on, you would fall 40 feet, and you'd have to be pulled up that distance. If you're interested
Do
in
we
that.
have that much rope?
Sure.
Do we have a lot
Not
of
currently. Let's say it's mostly occupied by the party.
Okay.
But yeah, you have enough for 40 feet for her.
So I'm not gonna like die if I.
Do you do that?
If you choose to do this, we need.
I'm just explaining that because we've never gone through your float physics before. We're just going to say you lose height at 2x. So if you want to float forward, then you lose that twice as much height.
I mean, I feel like since she's not immediately going to plummet to her death, I feel like that's a good move
Worth a
to like
shot.
see. Well,
Right.
maybe it's
just
not even
Why-
20 feet
why not?
across.
Yeah, why
maybe,
not?
Okay,
yeah.
let's try it.
Okay, so you do that. No roll required. You're just floating, right?
I'm supporting her rope.
You are retying it, and it was your idea. Why don't you roll a dex check to retie yourself to Aegon as a
That's
separate.
a good idea.
Oh, that was the other thing. If he had screwed up his dex save, maybe the rope wouldn't have held together.
Yeah.
Just why?
And we're all just like,
So she
why is
was.
the rope lighter?
A what? Okay.
And I
Looks
have
good
a
to you.
+2.
Looks good to you.
I have a 2.
No,
Doesn't
you do
matter.
not.
Oh,
You have
a 1 is
crit
a 1.
Crit fail.
Crit fails just like a crit's a crit. But I mean, a crit fail isn't necessarily a failure, and a crit success is not necessarily a success. So you tie up. All right, Aegon, you're at the edge. You start floating. Do you go just like straight forward, or do you like a weaving motion, or what? How are you doing this?
You're like hovering down at like a 45.
Let's
degree.
do a weaving so I can try to do like a skiing motion down.
You're like
With
"Whoa."
my fat
Doing
wings
some
that do
moguls.
nothing.
You're
Nothing.
air. That's pretty dope. I
Okay,
wanna
so
ski in the air.
then I'll cut your forward distance in half and say that you, in order to get even 20 feet forward, you'd have to go down.
40 feet.
Well, it's normally 40 feet. It's 80 feet if you're gonna do a weaving motion. Interesting.
You're spending time.
So you're doing this little hovering thing, and you get about 15 feet forward, and you have not seen or felt anything. Okay, cool. And then you run out of rope. Your leash is pulled on you. Aegon, you feel it pull against you. It's not a problem.
You alright? You want me to pull you back up?
Yeah.
All right. Pull her up. Why don't you roll athletics?
13.
Okay, cool.
6.
Ready for some fun?
Are we gonna kill Claire?
You pull the dead
I'm too young to die.
Oh. Let's see what happens.
I'm scared.
There's a little bit of pressure being put on this rope.
Oh my nuts!
I'm gonna roll this with disadvantage. If the roll is higher than her dex check, the rope will come undone, and she will not be able to be pulled up.
You have to. do a dex check.
Yeah, you'll do a dex.
You
Save
are
or check.
at the moment 40 feet below where Aegon is standing. I'm gonna roll this twice. You got a 3. I am adding your +2. It does matter in this case. You win on a tie. So I'm gonna roll twice in front of the table. Let's do this.
So you have to be worse than 3 twice.
3 or worse.
Oh,
No,
with
it's disadvantage, meaning only once out of 2 rolls.
Gotcha.
Are you ready? You, as you're being pulled up, your hand quickly clutches your side as you feel the knot begin to slip, the one that you tied. And you are freaking out. But the rope, that's a 5, is continuing to come undone.
Oh.
And it holds. That's a 3.
I like that.
So you literally, you just clutch it with your life, and you're being reeled up by Aegon here. You barely make it, and the rope falls off your body. Like, you feel it. None of you see anything. All you hear this. You hear. I'll recreate it, but you can give me a better voice. It sounds to the rest of you because you don't see anything like this. Okay, be careful.
Oh, those are my useless wings.
And then there's an echo. And then you hear Aegon.
Why is there so much rope?
You literally barely make it before the rope falls off.
Are you two okay? What happened?
I think she's here! Lupin!
I think I peed a little.
She's fine.
Classic Lupin.
Wow. Oh, good.
I can't believe that just happened. That's so funny. I was ready for a very different campaign.
Well,
I think we go home.
I think I've had enough of this hard place.
Yeah, let's go to bed.
Can we just go home?
You do get to roll perception though.
Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Oh my word.
Perception, it's on this.
It needs to be really good.
21.
21?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good for
I would say it's really good. So really what's happening is all of that happens, and as your eyes are like this in the pitch black darkness and you're barely surviving being pulled up, the moment you get pulled back up to the level, oh no, actually that's not it. You're being pulled up from the lowest part, from 40 feet down vertically, pulled up by this rope. And just in front of you, maybe 20 feet forward, you see glimmers of shining colors.
They're gemstones! We gotta get going!
Literally almost died.
Let's do it again! It's worth it!
Let's tie like
I don't think
Wait,
it's worth it!
Wait. What? Hang on. First, what happened?
So I was like flying, floating these useless wings down there.
Hovering.
And I saw these like sparkly lights of different colors.
Like gemstones.
Is that why you were
40
screaming?
feet down. No, a rope almost lost me.
Oh, what?
Because I suck at tying rope.
Noted.
Should have been a Boy Scout.
Good to know.
You learned that kind of
I'm a girl!
So,
Should have been a Girl Scout.
Anyway.
I think it would be worth it to check it out, but I think
If we can get down there, you went down what?
40 feet. About
okay,
40 feet.
We give
I
her
have
more
an
rope.
idea.
I have more rope with me.
I have my quarterstaff, and I can push the end of my staff over the edge, and I can feel my way past, holding it to know where the drop off is, to make sure that we don't fall in, and we can go left or right from this thing to see if we can find a wall and if there's
Have a
anything to
left or
tie a
right?
rope to.
Oh no, it's like it's
We don't
path,
have a left or right.
walls. It's a flush drop.
Oh.
Like you can go left or right.
So like it's here and like
Yeah,
the
just
pit is.
That's
it's
weird.
entirely pit.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can walk along this area we are.
Well, no, this is wall. This is wall.
Yeah.
We're in a
Hallway.
Yeah, no. I get what
Hall pit,
I get what you're trying to say. So,
Hall.
So
can I have like a dry erase marker?
Hall pit.
I want to take a shot.
Well, you can use this now.
So if we're
I'm
in,
gonna get those.
if like this is the hallway that we're in,
Yep.
and here is the pit. It goes however long,
Sure.
and we're all right here. Aegon's talking about like taking his stick, dropping it over the edge so we can feel the edge of the pit as we go to the wall on
To see if
either
there's
side
anything
to see if there's anything
to
that we
tie
can
a
tie a
rope
rope to.
Oh,
I see.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I'll skip all that. You do it, and there's nothing there.
Well, at this point in time, I don't necessarily think there's a way to get down there.
I
Could
mean,
give
unless
looping more rope.
we can just
We have
bodily
a
throw ourselves
lot
over the edge, I guess.
I
don't think that's the best idea.
They're hiding something here.
I mean, I could just
we need to
heat
find
myself.
out what.
One must heat thyself into it.
I don't want to eat
Ari,
myself.
can you roll bad luck for me?
I'm heavy.
Well, bad luck.
2.
No,
It's pretty bad.
it's pretty bad.
Look.
All right. So,
It's not like a double negative.
Should
It's like a
anybody
little
have,
bit
like,
of bad luck.
should we leave
Does
or
anybody have a float? I mean, I think we,
We don't know.
need to go
do we have a flashlight? Is that what the question
down
was?
there. I mean, like a floating spell.
No.
I don't think so.
But if anyone
think
had
so.
it, I would have it. have
Does anyone
it.
have fly?
So our option, in my mind, is to leave, try to make our way back, or send Lupin with more rope. Those are our two
I
options.
do have 50 feet
Sorry.
more rope.
I mean, I think we all have
I
some
We can
rope.
give you more
Yeah, I have
rope.
some rope.
We have more rope. It's just how to get down there safely when we can't tie the rope to anything.
Immediately, in the midst of your conversation,
The cliff falls.
We all just died.
you hear
Oh,
We gotta
and,
leave.
instantly, they're upon you. A swarm of some flying creature that is immediately attacking all of you at once.
it's
And
bugs.
And
Bugs.
Let's run back!
I am going to roll for them first. Everyone give me your... Well, wait 1 second.
I'm upset.
Okay, cool. Actually, might as well just roll 6 times. That's easy. Okay, cool. Everyone give me your AC.
18.
What? 16?
Okay.
Armor class.
Yours is
12.
11.
Okay,
16.
12, I'm sorry.
cool. Great.
Hers is 12, mine is 14.
Nice. You all get swarmed by all of these, and it is astounding how poorly they rolled. The only times they ever rolled well, it was on those of you with the best armor class. So these creatures swarm. And they are taking open, like essentially swooping bites at all of you, and you are fending all of them off. None of you take any damage. They are now upon you, and so what I need is this is gonna be what's called a short combat, and what I need is initiative for just the party. And so what I'm gonna have you do is randomly 2 people are gonna roll initiative, and that will be the parties. You 2,
What are their names?
Ari and Aegon.
22.
14.
Great. You guys go first.
Our side does?
No, all of you.
Oh, great. We go first. Cool.
What do you
Maybe
do?
we should get out of here.
Yeah, we should get away from the cliff,
Oh,
please.
agreed.
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm
okay.
fine with-
Can I? So I have torches in my bag. Can I light one?
No, it doesn't work here.
No,
No,
she doesn't need the
but
light.
the
she needs
fire's
the fire.
still
Fire.
there.
You have
Yeah,
a fire.
fire's
right?
My fire's still lit. I haven't used
Yeah,
it
you're.
yet.
Yeah.
No, you definitely put it out to tie ropes and then go flying.
Oh, yeah, good
That's
point.
valid.
But
You don't want to light your ropes on
I
fire.
have a torch, and so I like quickly am like fumbling with spark and steel and
Yeah.
light it and like hold it up. And I can't
you
see
just
it,
do
but
it.
it's up there.
That's your action. It's up there. That's really interesting. I'll make a note of that. Yes.
Right.
What else?
I'm gonna-
You're all just kind of going freely. at
So
this
I
point.
know where the
Let's-
pit is. I'm going to go the exact opposite direction.
Oh, but
Yeah.
do you know where the pit is? I need. No.
Ooh, okay.
I need. Once again, 2 of you. This is representing the party in aggregate.
Walk into the pit.
Yeet.
It's going to be Uyanga and Axios this time.
Oh boy.
What I want is for you to roll. This is going to be. Yeah, survival with disadvantage. each of you. Both of you are rolling survival with disadvantage. Weirdly enough, I'm actually taking the better of you. So it's kind of like it's like on a regular
7.
roll.
And we have to do it twice.
Yeah. roll
Disadvantage, take
yeah.
the worst one. I'll tell you what this means in a moment.
Okay. That's an 8.
8. Okay.
Wait.
Uh-oh.
9.
9.
Stop.
Uh-oh. Your party got turned around in the midst of all this chaos. You're swatting at these flying creatures, and none of you are certain which way is correct. You know that you're close to the cliff, but you do not know which way is a wall, you can check, and which way is out and in.
So these are
I'm
flying
going to
creatures,
take.
right?
I have
Yeah.
100 ball bearings. I'm going to
Okay.
take some and throw them directly in front of me and hear if it bounces off something.
Ow!
Roll
Sorry.
d4 while I roll d4.
That's
Smart.
Forge over here. Ah!
What area is problem solving?
2.
You hear this. You throw a ball, you go, "Doop," and you hear clink, clink, clink. It is certain to you that not only did the ball hit the ground pretty quickly, but then it started rolling for a while afterwards.
So it's probably a hallway. I'm going to try to pull everyone that direction.
So you just start pulling?
Yeah.
Where are you in line right now?
Question.
Oh, I guess you,
We're not
you two
still
are the
tied together.
Yeah, because you
Oh.
needed the rope for her thing.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true. You
Talk loudly. Get us to
Yeah.
follow you.
This way, come follow me,
Yeah.
listen to my
Yeah, you
voice,
do
let's
that.
go,
Yeah.
run this
Why don't you
way.
say that? Say it loud enough.
I crouch, like knowing they're flying above me.
Mhm.
I crouch.
Okay.
So I'm also close
I
to
am
the ground.
7 foot
feeling around.
8 inches tall.
I think this will be cute, so I'm
can't.
going to do this. You are such a good rogue. So good at stealth. Can you be loud enough to get everyone's attention, Larry? I'm going to have you, I'm obviously making this up. You obviously care about protecting your group here. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you roll stealth with disadvantage.
Oh, so you want to
Okay,
fail.
I want to
You use
fail.
that
I have a
one more.
really, I have
With
plus
disadvantage.
9 to stealth.
Are you what? Crit fail.
Okay, it's 14.
Crit fail.
14.
14? Okay. Everyone, beat that with perception.
Okay.
18!
Crit fail.
9.
Yeah, let's go!
We have failed.
Sorry, Axios.
No, I got it.
No, he got it.
Oh, you beat it.
Yeah.
Aegon,
I can hear you.
Aegon and Cypress are actually just going off the cliff.
Lupin?
Here we go again.
12.
10.
Oh my.
All right, I got you, Mary.
Okay, so here's
Can I
what
go?
happens. You throw this. You're very perceptive, even in the chaos of the noise. You've got people swatting, these flying creatures swooping in, people probably screaming. Lupin almost just died. I'm sure she's having another like screaming moment here. And you are certain this is the way out. We need to go this way. But you're wearing light clothing that doesn't make a sound. Your footsteps are always concealed. Your voice is not necessarily like you don't have a singer's voice, for instance. You are always about stealth. And in the moment you need to get everyone's attention, you scream, "This is where we need to go!" But they are not listening to you. You
Can I
hear
help?
this, and
Roar.
you know
I wanna.
you know that the direction. When I say perception, what I mean is you not only heard her, you also know the direction.
Okay.
So
I didn't
right now,
hear a
you know
dang
where you need to
thing.
go. This is all happening. You four are in the midst of combat, or at least in the midst of all this craziness happening. What I want is we're gonna get to you in a moment.
Okay.
Is anyone else taking an action about these monsters that are here?
I'm swinging my quarterstaff above my head.
Okay, attack with disadvantage.
Roger.
That's everyone, by the
I'm
way. If you're doing that,
crouched.
you're doing crouch.
Staying low to the ground.
Roll dexterity.
Just straight decks.
Yeah.
It stressed me out.
I let
Actually, no, it's stealth. Roll stealth.
Um,
Stealth
I
is
let
really what it is.
my cantrip, my little
Miss.
Okay, cool. You light it.
I missed.
You miss?
That's 19.
Cool.
missed
19 is
with
good.
40.
19 is good. All right. Time to resolve the next sort of round here. What happens is you duck low. What are you doing right now?
I'm
Uyanga?
like waving my torch back and forth
Good.
above my head.
And you're doing flame thing, and you two are going the right direction.
Great.
You did your ball bearing thing.
And I'm swinging.
And you're
stick in
swinging
the
your
air.
stick at the air. So much noise is happening right now, and the bugs make their next pass. Or
No.
they're not bugs. These flying creatures make their next pass.
What if they're just bats?
Maybe.
So
I'm just scarred by
Or
why I'm
bugs.
not
are Axios
swinging.
and I still being attacked?
Yeah.
Even as okay.
I'm
We're not
scarred
that
by
Oh
far
yeah,
bugs.
oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remarkably, again, The only time these creatures rolled well was against those of you with the best AC.
Yeah.
And I gave you three help because of your own defensive measures. Your stealth was pretty good, and you two have active flames. Just so you know. So that actually helped you to not take damage. You have taken 0 damage from any of these creatures.
Yeah, too good.
Axios, you're first. You do not need to roll. You all hear it, but
Okay,
all he's done is roared
Wait,
so
that's
far.
not all though.
Yeah.
I roar and then I'm like banging on my shield with my war pick saying like, follow this, like follow us.
Cool.
And so then I'm following her and I continue hitting my shield.
Axios follows Eri. Eri guides the way. All of you follow the sound of the clanging and the roar, and I will say in about 20 feet of running or walking, you're probably doing like a half, like a jog. Like you don't want to fall, but at the same time you want to get out. You into the light, and you can suddenly see yourselves and each other and the walls perfectly clearly.
We made it.
Is it the same
We're like
place we were when we came in?
Yeah,
Or is it
it's
That's
the
a
same.
good question.
It's actually 1920 Chicago. No, just kidding. You are definitely in the same cavern.
2077. Welcome to Cyberpunk.
I pull out my laser.
Yeah, right. So you all, and you make it there, and the moment that you pass the threshold, the noise that you were hearing of these flying creatures, silence.
Has everyone made it out?
You're all out. You're all made
So
it.
consider we go to bed.
What just happened?
I'm hungry. I need to change my
I don't
underwear.
like that. Something bad is.
I assume it was probably the Beatles.
Agree
again.
with you, but I don't think that we are equipped
I
at the
guess-
moment
I don't
to handle
think we need to
whatever
go
is
back
in
in.
there.
I guess these beetles can fly this time.
There are 100% gems
Do we
down
know
there, but we
of a
don't have the
spell,
equipment.
like just knowledge of a spell that
Like a counter
dispels
spell?
darkness? Yeah, or
You would have to cast it at the time.
Dispel darkness.
like not have it, but just know
Roll
it exists.
Arcana.
Dispel
just you.
magic.
You're thinking to yourself, do I know of a spell that does this? Like, what's going on there?
18.
Very cool. You are fairly confident that this could be done both from a spell, but also simply because these creatures exist. It could be either. You are confident it could be either.
The creatures could be.
Oh, isn't that what you were checking?
No, I said get rid of the darkness.
Oh, that a spell could get rid of the darkness? Yes, you are certain that a spell could get rid of the darkness.
Okay. We should go to like a store or something and try to find a spell that could
Ooh.
get rid of this darkness. So
I
we
can
can
help
like
with
that.
go and
That's a good
see what the heck is going on.
Can we
definitely
get back
try
here
that.
once we leave?
We can.
We can
How
certainly
confident
hope.
are you, Aegon?
When we leave, we can like make a marker of
Guys,
our path.
We should keep this
I'm
place
gonna
pretty
be
hidden
honest.
though. I don't want other students
I
coming
agree.
in here.
A secret
I-
marker of our path.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't technically know how I got here. I followed lights. My eyes were closed. I don't. Oh,
That's fun.
I mean,
Can we make like a written map on our way back?
I
Yeah,
suppose we
we
could
can
try
On
try
our way
that.
back, we could just map it, and that way we're not
try,
leaving
yes.
no marks for anyone else to find.
Yeah,
Let's try
I'm
that.
in. Let's give it a whirl.
Okay. So, actually, summarize to me what all of you are doing. Then.
So
We're leaving.
We're
leaving.
You're leaving. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna try to
there-
make a map on our way out so that
Of
we
the
can get back.
maze.
Yeah, you have it. It's in front of you. That's accurate as far
Not
as you're
of the
concerned.
dungeon. Of like
Of
the
the
garden
maze,
maze.
so that we can-
Oh,
Yeah.
we
got
can
it,
get
got it.
back to
I
the
also
dungeon.
technically have that, but that's
Yeah.
with some magic stairs. So
Where you've got it. You at least know the directions that you took.
So we could get back to this
Right.
dungeon after.
Actually, I need you to roll intelligence.
We've had a pretty traumatic.
Your
day.
ability to see it in the
That
moment
did it.
with something else. This is
oh
different.
no, it bounced so much more than I thought it would.
Where'd it go?
Where is it?
Oh, it is.
Can I have a D20 real quick? Great, thanks.
Oh, your right foot, Aleph.
20. Dirty.
You can keep the map from previous session,
Kick it over.
and you are now very confident that you can at least retrace your steps. You can't guarantee that the magical stairs will appear
Yeah,
or
great.
that the opening will come.
I suppose that's true.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, okay, cool. You make it out without any issue.
Excellent.
When you exit the dungeon, you do notice that Fern the werebear is there, loyal as always, sitting on
Oh,
his
we're not
back
going where
like this.
Could have used you, bud.
He's just been kind of sitting. He's doing like the slouch bear sit. where his feet, his little
Yeah.
paws
Give
are
him
like
little-
on the ground.
They don't like fold like normal wolf. They like kind of just out in front of him, the back
I give
legs.
him little like neck scratchy scratches.
You scratch him.
too.
He likes it.
Like
Actually, I don't know. Does he like it?
no, he likes
we're
it.
friends.
He
Yeah,
likes
we're
it.
friends.
Yeah, he likes you, but does he want to be scratched right now? My rule says that he didn't like it very much.
Aw, that's
Sorry,
sad.
bud.
It might be something else. Maybe something else is bothering
Maybe he's
him.
hungry and tired.
Maybe he's hungry.
Yeah,
You gotta go through the checklist, right?
He's been sitting out here for hours.
Just waiting.
He has.
Okay, so you all have made it outside. It is late. Let's go ahead and say 2 a.m. It's about
Ooh.
right based on how much time you've spent.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean,
Let's go home.
you guys made those really nice beds. I'm ready for
Might
that.
as well use them.
It's been a day.
I haven't slept on a bed.
We
ever.
have class
Slept
in
on a
the
bed
morning.
full of crabs.
I did
Oh, yeah,
not,
you do.
actually.
Do we have an 8 a.m.?
Do you?
Can you roll for 8 a.m.?
No, we're actually gonna do this.
Can you roll for hand waving arms classes?
Can we roll a 12 and then see what type our class starts?
Let's do
Oh.
D4 plus. D4 plus 6 is when your first class starts tomorrow.
10.
10.
9.
Good luck, y'all.
And Axios is the only one in his class.
Why did I take a 7 a.m.?
You took a 7 a.m.?
What is wrong with you, man?
Tomorrow
I
is
picked-
Monday.
I picked the longest classes I could.
I read it was a really
Ten.
good professor. I
10.
really cared about herbs.
I don't know. I think I have Molnor at 9.
I feel that. I would do it for the herbs.
Okay,
do it for
maybe
you.
not. You head back
I
to the
thought
Purple
maybe
Heart.
I could like spice up my cooking skills
think
with
so.
it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I imagine you go straight home.
Yes, we
Yes,
go
we go
home.
home.
to
Okay.
bed.
Good news, your beds are fantastic.
Yeah.
We
Therefore,
wake well rested.
you are
Double
able
XP.
to consider this home of yours a safe rest. Which
Oh.
this is a very slight twist on the way that long rests work. It is the same in many ways. The only requirement is that it has to be a place of relative safety or comfort. You can't just like lie on the forest for 8 hours and get a full rest. So for all of you, I think this is your first rest. Congratulations.
Yay!
You're sleeping. The way it works in this universe is you can go ahead into your D&D Beyond app and just press the long rest button. That does mostly everything.
It's a
The only
campfire by the top
exception.
left.
The only exception is that, and this is actually simpler, there is no such thing as spell preparation. You take all of your spell slots and you flip them to the active state because they are now all back with you. Keep that in mind when you're thinking of casting spells in the future.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
So you
Do we want to take this moment to take a 2 or 3 minute sabbatical?
Yeah, so you're sleeping in the Purple Hearth. You have gone through this weird experience. You've discovered a mystic book. You have almost fallen into a chasm of death. You have splattered some poor beetles. And you are going to finally get some shut-eye before tomorrow. If only there was a bit more time to sleep. And with that, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be right back here to continue the session. Don't go away.
Swag.
Oh, I'm just getting up.
Hey, I haven't turned
Yay.
off. Okay, now it's back.
Welcome back. Let's continue with the next morning. It is to all of
Too
you.
early.
To all of you,
Y'all
too
get
early.
quiet.
Let's run through real quick just how early it is.
Just need
For
4.
y'all, it's too early. Our 2 men at the end of the table here. For y'all, it's too early.
We just need 4 hours for a
For
trance.
you, it's
that's
too early. But for the lazy lion, it is too early. It's 7 a.m. and some students are waking up for their absolute earliest possible classes.
wait.
But what we're going to go
As
ahead.
an elf, I only need 4 hours of trance.
True.
Right?
True.
Maybe we'll just say that you it's not too early. How about that? Yeah, you're not
Cool.
That's elf life. That's elf life for you.
I feel alright.
You're trans.
Same with me.
You're a half elf. You need 6 hours.
I make breakfast for my new friends after I have 4 hours of trance.
Great.
Oh,
What do you make?
That's in time for me to eat.
You get trance.
A breakfast
trance
salad.
too.
Of what?
Disgusting.
Just like berries and
Cypress isn't
fruits
allowed
I find
to
out in the
Fruit,
woods.
it's a fruit salad.
Let's
It's like a
do.
fruit salad.
Do you have any
I'm a
crabs?
carnivore.
Let's go. This is both nature and survival. Let's just say pick your favorite, and we'll make that the breakfast salad he's prepared for all of you.
Favorite.
Gross. I'm
Hey.
a sylph. I also have trance. So I'm...
Great. It just, in university.
I want to go out and
don't
hunt an animal.
That's a nat 20.
Nice. So
Maybe good.
Best fruit salad ever.
you head out. You're going out in the
I
morning.
doubted you,
I want
to
but this
hunt.
is really good.
Or hunt or like find.
When you're out
Okay,
there in
something.
this kind of forest, kind of this forest area that's around your cabin, you see that he is out there and he is foraging for a bunch of different greens and herbs and roots. You notice that he's doing some really interesting work where he's digging in very specific parts and getting just a particular part of a root of a particular plant, and then he's very specific in his selections there. You see him. You see her. She's walking out there with her short bow.
Wait, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go kill an animal.
I've got breakfast. We're good. You can go back in.
Lupin, why don't you roll insight?
Okay.
17.
Cool. You're looking at him and he's like, I've got breakfast. And what he really means to say is, if you kill a single animal with that bow, we might have some problems. He's got a smile on his face.
I'm sorry, is this Southern hospitality I'm feeling? This one eats meat.
I'm still snoring.
She points back towards the cabin.
It'll have plenty of protein. She'll be fine. I can heal.
He eats
I remain.
He's a carnivore.
Won't even tell the difference. It'll be fine.
You ever fed a cat vegetables?
What's your problem with killing animals?
We don't need it. There's plenty of other food we can get without harming the ecosystem. The animals can go on, live their lives.
So normally I have PCs pick their own views on these kinds of things, but I want you to roll persuasion and see if you can maybe sway her on this a little bit.
Oh, I am ready to fight.
This is your character.
Another nat 20.
Okay.
Alright.
Your character has been persuaded.
All that matters for this conversation is you are very confident that he will be able to provide all the nutrients and the protein that your friends will need for this morning.
The strong, independent woman inside me is dying.
My feeling is that conflict avoidance Lupin would probably accept this. That's
I also have a very difficult time trusting people.
That is true, but he has proven
know
himself
him.
to be remarkably persuasive in this regard. You have every reason to believe that he will deliver for the group.
You also know him.
You do know him.
Yeah.
Good point. What do you?
Now I want an
looking
entire
up?
subplot of people in the Opal Refuge deciding whether they're vegans or not, because we clearly have some kind of split here. Okay.
He's an ally. I have trouble trusting my allies, but whatever.
Only because he rolled a nat 20, we're gonna say that will be good for breakfast.
Breakfast.
For breakfast. I'm being clear.
Not inherently everything else.
Yeah, no. We're not gonna flip her worldview on a single roll.
It
so
might take a little while to catch them.
yeah,
so I think
but you're
I
like Sure. I'm sure he's got it. I'm confident he's got this breakfast. So let's move past that. So you gather. You pull all these things together. You wake up.
Sorry about that, guys.
Why don't you roll Constitution? It's a save, technically. But yeah, roll con save.
21.
Cool. Man,
Yes.
you feel refreshed after last night. What's going on? Is it the bed?
Wow.
It's the bed, probably.
I slept amazing.
And
did
in
really
front
well
of
with the
you,
beds.
in the kitchen box that you have downstairs, you see this beautiful, multicolored, well-balanced, tossed like heaven salad with all of the best things there. And even you with your traditional history of mostly eating meats, it looks to die for. You do this with your, I imagine you doing this with your mane.
Please.
Can I please have some?
Absolutely. It's for y'all.
Oh my
Enjoy.
gosh. This just, like, plants are not usually my thing, but
I'm telling you,
this
they
just
like.
looks.
You'll come around. They are
Sit up in bed and be like,
magnificent. The wonders of plants that you can't even imagine
No,
what
I'm
one
gonna
makes
try
you do
some
just.
So hold on, so you're making fun of him for liking the salad?
No, I just want to make fun of him for what he did before he ate the salad.
Keep the mane.
Yeah.
Gotta keep the mane fresh, man.
Axios, was there something in the water you drank last night?
It's called brushing
Okay.
your hair. Maybe you should try it. He doesn't have any hair.
I technically have white hair.
So we're I know we're doing some different time stuff, but for now what we're gonna do is this salad is just kick butt salad. I want everyone except for Cypress to what is your stance on salad as of now? Let me know. I'm curious.
I'm good with it.
I
I don't think I've
normally
had
grab-
much salad.
Yeah.
This salad is like slap your mama good.
You don't know that yet. You don't know that yet.
Nice.
You know that, but what about you?
Nice
Mary's used to
salad.
well-balanced meals,
Cool.
and it seems healthy and
You were raised, your mom would do like the nutrition triangle.
very
I
proper.
mean, my family had a lot of meat and dairy.
Right.
So but I'm
You're
not,
you're on this part of the triangle.
I'm not opposed to veg.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. I would like eat shrubs when I couldn't find meat while I
You
was
would-
a child.
Keep in mind that canonically your
crab.
family javelins like skybirds
Birds.
and then just like eats them raw.
Yeah.
Probably, salad's probably not in your background.
So basically, what is that?
What about you, Lupin?
And then you lived on
I ate
crabs.
both.
Okay, you got it both. Okay, so given that this salad is going to be very hard for you to dislike, roll with advantage and tell me your highest number.
Straight roll. Am I also rolling?
Nah, you already did.
Does that count if it's not in the dice roller bin?
I don't count leaners.
It wasn't a leaner. It just didn't land in the bin.
Whatever's faster.
Okay,
15.
13.
Okay.
I wanted to be really good.
Wait, really? That was your highest?
Yeah.
Did you say your highest was an 8? Oh shoot! What did you all get?
15.
14.
8. No, 13. Sorry.
Okay, 8, and then you liked it. So all of you wake up and you eat this, and it's, well, I'll get to you. The rest of you eat this salad. You're like, this is really good.
Good job.
Turns out I like salad.
I can't believe that. Just
Oh,
like with
man.
these particular ingredients, the flavoring, the balancing, the textures, it was like all perfect.
But this would go well with
The
you.
forest provides so many wonderful things for us.
Lupin.
You would be amazed.
Lupin, bit underwhelming. You wished you could have eaten a little bit of venison right now instead.
No.
Do you
Yep.
say anything?
Peace. It's a character trait. I just want to remind you.
You know, I love me some fruit salad, but you know, I think I remember from a little bit in my past it being a little bit tastier when our mom made it.
You say that to me?
You know, I wish I could remember that.
Justin, roll a wisdom save.
You're gonna take damage from that one.
Does anyone have cure wounds?
Literally
for that
vicious
burn?
mockery.
It's a nat 20.
That's your third in a row.
Are you ready for this?
You need to call
Are you ready for this? She's trying to diss you right now, and she's like, our mom used to make it better. I don't know, our mom used to make it better. And into your brain, you remember the recipe for your mother's salad. Add it to your inventory. We're just gonna
Nice.
call it a walnut salad.
Walnuts.
Just so you have a name for it. And we'll just say that with a relatively good check in any forest-like terrain, you can find all of the materials that you need to make your mother's own salad. Something that Lupin very much likes. She doesn't know this. The memory just came to your mind. You're like, oh my gosh, I now remember how to make that exact salad she's talking about. I didn't even remember my mom's voice for the most part. But here it is.
But I know the salad.
But you know those salads. Do you do anything or say anything?
Also, I guess as that memory popped in my head,
yeah.
I snap back. I wish I could remember, and then kind of like a mischievous look.
Okay.
I'm like, you'll see.
So you see him do this.
You'll see.
What?
Did you suddenly remember something?
You okay?
Is there something you want to share with the group?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Enjoy your salad.
All right. Wow. I didn't think we were getting a salad scene today, but
sibling bickering.
So
we know what the audience wants.
The audience is going to want that salad content.
How do you?
Next up, cooking show on the Yahoo stream here. So salad stream with Cypress.
Salad stream.
Cypress is super salads.
The Weave of the Ninestone cookbook coming soon.
Just you wait, hitting shelves near you.
Probably not, but maybe.
So, now we're gonna go to a day of classes, and really the way I want to do this is I'm gonna do mostly hand waving. What that's going to mean is you tell me what class you went to. It really doesn't matter. On the next day of classes, you just have to pick a different class. Just so that we can help streamline the experience of multiple students going to different classes and meeting different people. I'm going to roll encounter. And only if it's really high will I give you an individual encounter as part of your classes, or maybe a subgroup encounter if multiple of you are in the same class. We establish who share classes previously. What was I going to say? Oh, and then we are going to presume that you meet up for lunch or something on campus. I'll give you some options, and you can decide where you want to meet up in between your classes. So here's what we're going to do. Let's start with classes. Where are you all going to classes today? And to remind us, I think the three at the end of the table, this is Aegon, Cypress, and Aerie, share one class. Lupin and Uyanga share a class. Axios is by himself. Unless you put in the effort to make a transfer.
Okay. I'm doing 7 a.m. Herbology 101 with Dr. Ferkel.
You mean Dr. Fungi?
Dr. Fungi?
No, this is a different person.
we have.
That's mycology, actually.
You have Dr. Fungi. Thanks for rubbing it in, Aegon.
You could probably get it switched.
So Ferkel and Fungi are your...
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Hey,
Is that a problem?
now he exists in my universe.
What color is his hair?
Yeah, we're just going to presume that for most introductory classes, there's at least 2 sections, so it makes sense for there to be a second herbology professor.
Yeah.
Okay, or herbalism professor. So, what was I saying? Oh, okay, cool.
Herbology
Chose your class.
or-
Where are the rest of you going?
Combat with Dr. Vine.
She took herbalism.
Combat class. Sounds sick.
I mean, I will,
Fungi.
since we share a class, I'll
Yeah.
just
We can
say
go to
that
Muslim
that's the
fungi.
class we're both
Okay,
in,
you're
so.
all going to combat class. Dr. Vine. He's got a doctorate in combat?
Yeah!
What do you ask?
I will force us to use professor, because doctor will mean something different in this universe.
Okay,
So, Professor
Professor
Vine. Where about it, y'all?
Fungi's.
Professor.
Fungi. Okay, we're doing some herbs today.
Mycology with Dr. Fungi. With
Okay, cool.
Professor Fungi.
I'm being honest. Cypress, that salad made me really excited to go to herbology.
The things you'll learn in
The
this
thing you'll
class.
learn. All right.
I'm so excited
So
for this.
now
Places you'll go.
there is a guaranteed encounter of some kind as you are together as a group, because generally, obviously, as a DM, I want most things to happen for the entire party.
Lunch.
But we'll give you a chance. Hey, cool. Sometimes interesting things happen in your classes. Otherwise, I'll hand wave. So each person. That's fair. Each person roll a d20 and reveal to me any crits.
It hit mine. I would reroll. It is so keep that.
No.
Sorry.
Normal day of classes?
6, yeah.
Normal day of classes! Hey! So,
It's normal.
let's do some hand waving in combat. Professor Vine outlines for 2 of you the traditional stances in combat. Offensive and defensive, what lunges and feints and parries do for you. And you are practicing with some really basic maneuvers using short swords. Briefly, both of you roll athletics.
this.
Athletics.
Meanwhile, youth.
12.
Great. You two seem to be keeping up with the class.
Yeah.
You actually, whenever Professor Vine walks by, he looks at the two of you and he's like, all right, well done, keep it up. Nothing interesting, nothing super, great game-breaking at this point. Good class. Axios, you actually had yours first. We should have done yours first.
Hi.
Your class is Herbalism and Herbs and Fungi 102.
Great.
With Ferkle.
Yeah.
Can I get a spelling for that?
Yeah, Ferkle.
L-E.
Yeah.
So not
L-E.
It's like Urkel.
For clay.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Cool. So, Professor Ferkle, go ahead and nothing interesting happened to you. So
I'm in the third row.
Actually, this is really for all four
kind
of
of
you.
falling asleep.
Both of your respective professors are outlining how there are major species, genuses, phylum of natural order. That if you understand at the smallest sort of molecular level the way that this life is created, not only can at the lower levels you can decipher the uses of particular things like oils and other particular like mushrooms and pieces, but you can at a high level be able to reconstruct those forms of matter using similar forms of life. And he demonstrates that. Both of them demonstrate that to you. If we want some variation in these classes, we'll say that Ferkle demonstrates what might be referred to as like a genetic splicing, where he says because these reproduce asexually, you can do this, this, and this. And he takes what is kind of one form of fungus, and he's able to, using a little bit of magical energy, conjure and then start replicating a different kind of fungus that he says is really important for lotions and creams, whereas this one is used for more traditional like headaches and ibuprofen. What's that called? Like
Pain
antihistamines or
reliever?
pain reliever. Yeah, just pain reliever. So the way that Professor Fungi teaches it to the rest of you, as he goes, so, because it's so important to have this opportunity to understand the relationship between all this life, I'm going to give all of you a little assignment this week. You're going to take this mushroom. And he gives all of you a mushroom. And this is going to be your pet mushroom this week. So, make sure to give it ample water and sunlight, and maybe it'll become something even better. Learn to love these shrooms, and they'll love you in return. Class dismissed. So you all now have a small gray mushroom that are in your inventory. He's made it clear that part of your grade depends on how healthy this shroom is by the end of the week.
Great.
Mushroom pie.
I'm sorry, what I'm picturing is just like a mushroom that you buy from the grocery store.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like a little portobello kind of mushroom.
it doesn't
thing.
even have roots.
Yeah.
It's just
Literally
it just is.
It's just a single mushroom.
Yep. Okay.
All right, you all have that now. Okay, so here is your campus map again, and I'm going to give you a few options of where you want to go and hang out. We'll assume that it's between classes, you're doing your own stuff and all that. There are 4 locations that you can choose from. The first is the adventuring post. This is the billboard in the main courtyard area that reveals where postings are going up for new adventures. There's the campus gem store called Sky Gems. This is a place for you to. It's basically think of like an on-campus office supply store kind of thing, except in this case they have like low level gems. You can go there, and then you have the coffee shop called Ground Zero. This is a place where a lot of students are. Hey, thanks. Struggle to wink. So this is where you can go and just chill, maybe meet some other students, or perhaps just work together in your groups and plan for the future.
I don't want to run into Derek again.
I will point out that with your your particular extremely refreshing sleep and your refreshing salad, none of you feel the need to hype up on caffeine, but some of you might like it. I don't know. It's all of you. And then the last one is you can head to any of the student dormitories that are on campus. You, at this point, are aware of the fact that there are four dorms on campus, and they were named after masters that have provided significant advancements to the research of the Celestial Conservatory. The names of them are Bakfa, Parity, Dulik, and Prionis. So those are the dorms that are on campus.
Did you say Dulik?
Did you say Dulik?
I said Dulik, yeah.
Did he say Dulik?
Did you
Dulik?
Did you?
Did he say Dulik? Are we just hearing a disembodied voice?
So
did this guy say Dulik?
Hey, wait, look at the map.
Review of your map.
Dulik.
Oh, Dulik.
Review of your map. Review of your options. Adventuring Post, Campus Gem Store, I'll call them by their names from now on. Adventuring Post, Sky Gems, Ground Zero, or the dorms.
I wonder if we could find Headmaster Zachary
I
about
was
the
also
book.
I was wondering about that as well.
I was wondering if we could like find.
Oh yeah,
Jim
you can go back to the head, like to the professor's quarters.
Find
But
a
the
gem
gym
to-
shop would be a good idea
to
too.
figure out how to stop all the
I think
dark.
eventually we should go to the gym shop, but I also think that we should do something with this book.
I think we should go
Do
to
we know the
Master
gym's
Zachary
hours?
first
The gym
and
store's
then go.
hours?
They're open during regular class hours,
So, we're
which is
like
to say
in
that
the
they'll
middle
close
of
at 5. And right now, let's say midday. Right, it's lunchtime. You get an
Go
hour or
back.
two to yourself.
Later.
I really think that I'm just gonna take this book upstairs. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go talk to Zagria.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
To the Zag.
Okay.
I feel like we're first
Hey, yo,
years. We're not allowed to
Cool
call her
DM guy. Can we go see the Zag?
You want to see the Zag?
First, you gotta show me your zig.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Let me go and find her. So, you know that at this point of day that there is always a chance that she is walking the grounds, working with professors, maybe in her private quarters doing individual work. So there's no guarantee that you'll see her. Let's find out. No reason to keep this role a secret. Let's say that there's a 30% chance she's in her office.
Nice.
And so you need I'll just roll. You'll trust me. 30%, 12. You did not. She is not there. So you go to her place, and she is at the moment not there.
Is what's his face there?
We'll give him equal odds.
Gaius,
What's up?
right?
Guys.
Yeah.
Are you asking if Gaius is in the
Yeah.
office?
Yeah.
He is always in the office. Actually, he's got a 20% chance to not be there because he'll be in classes. He is there right now.
Can we ask him where?
Yeah,
The
when
Zag.
Zag
Hey, what's up,
Sure.
little dude?
Oh, hello. Your name must be. How smart is he?
Very.
I think I recall your name being Axios of the Ambermane Pride. Is that correct?
You got it.
Oh, well, that's a relief then. I sometimes get awkward and forget people's names sometimes. Lots of new faces around here, and
You seem great.
it looks like as though you would like to see the headmaster Zagria.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, according to her schedule, she is currently working with one of the professors in the Gem Weaving Institute right now. That's he points out that location on campus. It's near
Over
some of the
there.
traditional classes, which would be near the main courtyard area.
Do you know when she'll be done?
She finishes in about it's gonna be a while, it looks like. Might be 2 or 3 hours.
Cool.
Let's say go to the gym store.
Why don't we go to the gym store?
go
while
to the
we
store.
wait?
Alright, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your help, guys.
Oh, you're welcome. If you want to know anything else about the headmaster or
Hey guys. Have you? I mean, we saw you do that cool thing with the book when we first came in here. I don't know if you remember that. That was yesterday. Crazy.
oh,
We
yes.
saw you do that thing with the book. Just out of simple curiosity, do you happen to know if there's a way to preserve books magically?
I have guys on screen for all of you. So he says,
He's so cute.
absolutely. Spells of inscription and transcription are actually fairly common here at the Institute. You might be able to find one of them. I in particular use this one. This is illusory script. He pulls it out. You can tell that it's like a level 1 opal. Typically, this would be used to write secret messages for people, but we did a little bit of work on this here, and we were able to convert this into a related spell that actually gives us the ability to help instantly copy texts in their original form. It's not used for translations, but it's very helpful for someone like myself that has to be writing things all day long. It's quite a lot actually, and I'm grateful for the headmaster for providing it to me.
Could we?
I'm
Can I
sorry, you were
roll
going to
to see
say
if I
something?
Trust Gaius.
You're going to roll insight on Gaius, Camilla? Yeah, go ahead.
But he's so wholesome.
It's 16.
What trust?
I'm trying to see. Can I discern if he is as sweet and wholesome and innocent as he is?
Oh, just like if this facade is false?
He trying to like really push this, or is it like
Okay, got it.
he just straight up
with
is like,
a 16, your read on Gaius is that this is a student that really aims to please people, and so he is tends to be focused. He tends to be very deferential, letting others make decisions and be leaders and all that, and pretty apologetic. In that he's apologizing, not the other one. So
okay.
that is what you get from this.
So that's really cool, man. So I was basically we're working on trying to figure out some stuff as far as the competition is concerned, and I was just curious. There was a book that I was reading, and I didn't want to take the book out from the library, but I was hoping to like transcribe it onto paper. But my master, when I was growing up, he never taught me to write. Do you think it would be possible to borrow that transcription?
Oh, well, why don't you roll persuasion for me?
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yeah, it is.
Oh boy.
So you
It's a lucky math.
immediately perceive that he is very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. He goes, well, that is so, that is such an, I believe that Headmaster Zachary would really appreciate students working hard and using the library.
If it would help you, I think it would be perfectly fine if we were just to do the transcription here.
Oh, yes. Yes. You may do it here. Right. I'm so sorry. The gemstones can never, ever, in a billion years, be taken from Headmaster Zachary's office. They are under very strict supervision.
Understand.
Yes.
That makes total sense to me. Yeah.
Okay. You get the sense
Don't
that
forget to breathe, little guy.
you get the sense that he was absolutely paralyzed to disappoint you. Because he really sensed.
Oh God.
So he goes, okay, I'm sorry, just give me a moment. The spell is a little difficult to use because it's not a traditional spell. It requires a very advanced technique that we refer to as a multi-weaving. It's multiple spells that have actually been brought together into one, and so it takes a lot of practice to get used to. I can give it my best shot, but I have to be able to speak the language in order to use this spell. Can you provide the text for me so that I can make the copy here?
What languages do you speak?
Speaks.
Speakers.
Wow. Let's find out. Gaius is extremely studious. We're gonna give him common for free, and he is halfling, but that doesn't help much.
Does he speak this long forgotten language?
We are going to
It's
roll.
gotta be some dialect of Celestial.
Could you roll D8?
Who is
We're gonna
you?
see how many additional language. I'm having Uyanga roll just D8. See how many additional languages he knows.
4.
Okay, so he lists 4 other languages off, which, unless I roll something really wild, is going to be mostly traditional languages. You know that he speaks Elven or Sylvic. Sylvan. You know that he speaks.
Elvish is separate from Sylvan.
Oh, you're right. Well, then both. He gets both. Congratulations, Gaius. He speaks Orc, and he speaks Dwarven. Sure. None of them are very interesting, and it's not this
Super
particular
not
dialect. Yeah.
Understood. So I left the book in the library. I could bring it back. I don't know if you'd be able to speak the language though. I can speak Celestial, and it looks kind of like Celestial, but it is a little off. I don't know.
I don't have. I'm so sorry. I don't have Celestial in my background, but I think that the headmaster might be able to use another one of her sons to be able to learn this language, and then maybe she can transcribe it for you.
That's
Okay.
Cool stuff.
She cool.
All right. Well, we'll just have to come back with the book in a couple hours when she gets back here. So we'll see you then.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
I'm so sorry if I wasn't able to help you.
No,
No,
you
you
do
helped-
not
but-
need
you helped
to
a ton.
apologize.
I really appreciate it.
Okay.
You're the best.
You're the goat, man.
Let's see if y'all can successfully encourage Gaius here. It's a group thing, so 2 of your roll persuasion.
I do not have a great.
I got you. I got
Probably
you.
Uyanga.
Yeah, I have real good persuasion.
I plus 2.
Oh, I got a 13.
I got a 22.
Yeah, get encouraged.
My part
So,
was persuasion.
wait, did anyone roll? Who was the other person?
Me, I have a +4.
And you got
roll.
worse.
13.
Okay, cool. What do you do?
Don't worry about it.
I like.
Should invite him out to hang out with us.
Yeah, I know. I just kind
Adopt
of
him.
reach over and like, cause he's like twisted. I imagine him like twisting his hands like on the table, and
Yeah.
I just reach over and kind of like pat his hand. I'm like, it's all right. we were thinking about going to lunch if you'd like to come with us.
Oh, twist. Hand there. You notice that his like nervous fidgeting in place slows and then stops. Sign of progress, hopefully.
Yes.
And he looks down and then he like his brow furrows. And he's quiet for a little longer than you'd think, as all of you are kind of just staring at him. And he goes, actually, let's see if he's got a break coming up.
Please have a break.
He's like, I really want to. I have to work until 4.
Well, why don't you come over from dinner then?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yay!
I can come over for dinner.
Gaio's coming over!
He's accepted your invitation for dinner.
Yay!
You said he's a hobbit, right?
He's a half.
He's a hobbit.
What's the difference?
The difference is one of them gets us sued.
Good point. He gets a
Somebody clip
lawsuit. One of them is owned by
Something.
Goes and all that fun stuff. Anyway, whatever. So I'm imagining that's it, y'all. He knows where you're at. He actually pointed out.
Maybe it's a normal thing for them, though.
We could.
Goodness gracious. So you leave.
All right.
Yay,
as
we
you
have a friend.
you have a friend. You're gonna go to
We're
the
doing pretty well. We've got Nova. We've got
Friends.
Okay.
Alright,
So
this is
as you walk out, you're walking across the quad, and time for your random encounter of the day.
Is it Derek?
For those at home,
Oh, please
these
not be
are
Derek.
absolutely randomly generated through a system where I roll 3 d20s and then write based on what those rolls determine in terms of the tone of the encounter. These may or may not have anything to do with their overall quest. It really is up to them. And frankly, emphasis, you don't have to do it. But if you're like, we want to do it, but really quickly, we can figure that out as well. Also, because they're not guaranteed to be important, some of them are actually just straight up unimportant. Like, you just can tell that they're unimportant. So, I'm taking the first one that is listed under Conservatory. So, as you're walking outside, you see... No. You see a row of targets. Archery targets that have been lined up and a line that's been drawn across the quad about 30 feet away from them. And as there are 6 bows that are seated, that are like kind of nested there in a little perch in front of these places, you see that there is a professor. 2 of you recognize this professor. It's Professor Vine. Professor Vine is a snow leopard tabaxi. And he is a ranger. This is what he looks like.
Oh, sick.
Oh, he's so dope. I love him.
He's got his kind of like his parachute pants on.
The combat
Parachute.
He's standing there and he's walking along and he's basically trying to, he's pedaling. He's trying to get attention to all the students that they're walking between their classes midday. He says, "All right, all of you, if you would like, there is an archery contest happening right here, right now, and if you enter and win, you can have exclusive access to my short-term archery specialization course. It is a free access for anyone who's able to win this competition. I'm likely looking for the best in you, and in you, and you over there," pointing to you. He points to you and he goes, "You, look at you. You look like you have the skills of a master martial artist, a master marksman. What say you?"
Let's find out.
Swag.
And he looks at the rest of you and he's like, "Surely you will all join and additionally compete in this competition."
I've never used a bow.
I don't even have a bow.
Don't break it.
There's nothing to lose.
He's like, "Good luck to all of you. The rules are, of course, very simple. What you will do is you will stand behind the line. If your foot crosses, no points for you. And if you do score the bullseye, you automatically advance to the next round. However, if you have the lowest score, then indeed, you will falter and lose. All right, let's get this started."
Does that mean?
Oh boy.
So we're going to see how successful he was in getting other competitors to join you. And if other students you know happen to show up. So, yeah. Okay, moderate-sized group. We're going to say that there are 12 contestants, including y'all. There are 12 contestants, and let's see if anyone interesting shows up.
We got either Peter or Derek.
Oh no. Oh no.
Okay, cool. Turns out that no one you know is there. These are randos from campus.
Random. Time to make new friends.
Yeah, you see that there's just a bunch of different kind of people. You see that there's like a few halflings. You see a dragonborn. You see there's like one dwarf. There's 2 humans. You know, round it out. You got 6, and then there's the 6 of you. And you're going to start this archery competition. This is very simple. You are doing an attack with a bow. It's a short bow. You're doing it 30 feet, so there's no special mechanics with that. However, and this is important, if you are proficient in bows, then you will add your proficiency modifier to it. That's +2. If you are not, then you will not.
So we also like add your like
Hit DC.
yeah. So just
I
hit
assume-
DC.
So
Yeah.
like I would attack with a bow. Like
Yeah.
you would add
Okay.
the hit modifier and everything.
Just
I
go ahead
assume
and-
simple weapons are not short bows.
No,
No.
it's
It would have to be. I would need
specifically
explicitly. If you had a longbow experience, we would count that. So
I don't
or
think sling
crossbow
counts.
You
experience.
should have proficiency.
I don't
with
think
short
sling
bow.
counts.
Wait,
She
features.
does.
Sling is a very different weapon.
Oh, that's race. It's not class.
I have
No.
crossbow,
You
hand, longbow.
Yep, you're in.
So I'm in.
You got it.
Add my
I imagine our 2 people that carry around bows are probably proficient with bows.
I'm
she,
not.
She is not.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Very good.
Can I
sometimes-
roll strength to see if when I bend the bow back, if I break it in half?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Do you know if
Oh,
proficiency
it's like a
would have already
14.
been added to the
It
hit?
would be.
It
Yes.
would be. Okay. So
Oh, I was gonna simplify this a bit. You're what hit are
I
you
have
pulling
a
from?
+7 to short bows.
It's a
Oh, no. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. That's the way that the attack modifier works. Like if you're doing an attack roll, we're gonna make this a lot simpler. We're gonna roll d20s, and
Add 2.
you get to
Okay,
add 2
cool.
because you are more skilled because you're trying to hit like a target and all that good stuff. Okay. Obviously a crit is a bullseye. Pretty simple.
13.
Good luck, everyone. Fire. Round
rolled
1.
13 for my strength thing.
Oh, and by the way, I am rolling for 6 other competitors. Using d6s, there's some fancy math I'm doing. We're gonna see if any of you get eliminated in the first round. 2 people are gonna get eliminated in the first round. I'm sorry, 3 people. Let's do
I
that.
didn't pass my strength check. I don't think. I rolled a 13.
Cool. Good.
I didn't break the bow.
Your arms pull the bowstring back.
Right. Okay,
Wow.
I'm gonna shoot it now.
All right. Let's do it. We're doing an entire competition in a few minutes. Let's do this very fast. Did anyone get lower than a 10?
I apologize. I was moderating some chat stuff. Am
Yeah.
I involved in this?
I imagine you
Yes.
were also competing.
Because I don't have a bow.
You borrowed
They
a
have
bow.
bows.
They have
Yeah.
bows there.
Okay, am I just doing a D20?
D20,
Just
all
D20.
straight up.
No.
Lower
she did
than
not.
10.
Okay, so
19.
you two got low.
No, she did not get lower than a.
Oh, you got 19.
I'm
Yeah.
the only one who got
19.
that. We never did.
Say your number again.
6.
So 3 people are getting eliminated.
How exciting.
Oh, you might actually get eliminated. Hold on.
No.
2 people are worse than you. 1 person's going to. We're finding out if you're third or third to last, or if this person's third to last. What'd you roll again?
6.
6.
Someone's worse than me.
All of you pull back your bows. Ready and fire! Strikes. Who did extremely well?
21.
21.
19.
19. Yars. They strike pretty close. I mean, you're getting in that 5-point, 10-point range, and it's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, magnifique. Fantastic. He looks forward. I'm gonna change accents frequently.
Like weird French.
Yeah, give me the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
It's an Asian French guy.
The old Asian French guy.
You know, like
never
every snow
expected
leopard I've ever met. So what happens is all of you. So you strike. Well done. Let's just say because y'all got there first, you fire. Yours is pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's by radius at this point, and
Right.
you just need 3 people to shoot outside of yours. So you 6 shoot. The next 6 all go at once. And you're looking down. You're counting. 2 people miss the target wildly. They're just out. They're like, oh man, or oh man, dang it. So they're already out, and then you check the targets, and this other kid who is there, his is right in the same range as yours. It's actually, for fun, it's next to yours on the same target. And so he's like, oh, it might be a photo finish. Let's go in and look closer. And he pulls out his tail to measure it. He does a little compass motion with his tail as he's running along from the center of the target to where these arrows are. For fun, this other student, she is a halfling. She has got like this long brown hair. She's got these really like bright blue eyes. And she's looking there. She's very eager. She's doing like a little crouch thing, and she's looking closely at it, making sure that he's kind of doing it correctly. You're obviously also there because you were standing next to the target. And then he goes, the halfling wins.
Cool.
Aegon is eliminated, and
Oh, before I'm not that surprised.
Can I say Yanga was at the target next to him?
yeah,
And she just reaches over and like pats as far up as she can reach on him.
that's like your small of your back.
That's rough, buddy.
Oh well.
This halfling looks sky high up at you, and she says, "Oh, better luck next time. Sorry."
Smush.
Don't smush her.
Okay, round 2. 3
Get
people will be
wrecked,
eliminated.
Can I have like can I hallucinate the fact that everybody roll. Can I hallucinate that she's a bug and take my staff and
You're hallucinating this? You can hallucinate whatever you want. Baby. You're gonna eat your shroom to do it?
No, I just want to
I crit failed.
Oh! All right.
Wait, is it a bullseye? A crit?
Can you have hit the
Crit's a bullseye,
halfling?
I got a crit.
Can Ari hit the halfling?
Okay, hold on.
You
So
crit
let's
one?
start with the good ones first. You crit?
One. She crit failed.
Both crit
No, crit,
failed.
One's a
yeah.
fail.
Oh, yeah.
20
So just to be clear, 1 is what you rolled. What about the rest of you?
19.
19,
11.
11.
12.
You're looking good.
This is the first time you picked up a bow before.
You're looking
with his
pretty good.
freaking rolls, man.
Actually, just good at everything.
Axios is just
a bow
lucky.
so
That's why I'm lazy. I've never had to work at it. Do you know how much training I've put into this?
Right?
No.
I
So-
haven't put in any
So
try.
yeah, we'll just say that even though you are experienced, both of you actually have some experience using a bow. It's not feeling very comfortable in your hands. Maybe you're nervous
These
with the
aren't
crowd
your
that's
bows.
there.
These are their
yeah,
bows.
it's some other.
Feeling good about
isn't-
myself.
This isn't like cypress wood. This is it doesn't even pull straight. So it flies. Y'all, both of yours, sail off. Lupins and Ares. He goes, oh no, that one is out in the gutter. The two of you are. Well, let's see. I mean, maybe some of the others failed horrifically. 3 of the students are rocking it. They're just. Meanwhile, you two are out, and it looks like it is. What are your rolls? 12.
11.
You're on the chopping block. You're gonna roll off against
no.
that fourth student. You already rolled. Okay. So this student that's next to you, he's a dragonborn with like a really dark brown skin. So you shoot. He steps up. He fires, and you can tell that once you're looking at this that you might be out. And and it shakes and misses too far down and out. Not even close. You move on to the next round.
Nice.
All right. So we've got 3 randos and our 3 players now.
I
Let's
have to
go.
drag one's back.
He's like,
No, it feels
2
like-
more rounds. Good luck.
Oh boy. Trying. Ooh.
I know what I'm doing after this session ends. Go watch some. Okay, cool. Give it a shot. What'd you get?
15.
19.
Nice.
Uh-oh. 15, 19, 7. Okay. You two are on the chopping block.
With a 15?
Yeah, 3 people are getting eliminated, and there's only 6 people.
Heck.
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
No.
So
Good ooh, bad ooh.
there next to you, there's a dwarf. He's. Come on. I mean, he looks like a dwarf, right? There's too many students here.
Beard.
Beard, short, broad-shouldered. But on weekends he does ballet.
There we go.
And then,
Love this.
Wow, what a
So-
unique
Love
characteristic.
this man.
What's his name?
what did you get, Justin?
7.
Oh, you got 7. Oh, I'm sorry. You're not on the chopping block. Well, you could have been. You are no longer.
Yeah.
You stack up against. Oh, I see now. Yeah. So the arrows come through. Let's narrate through this. You're out.
Yep.
You two are through. And there is one other student. And
Who was out?
for fun, let's make it the first student that beat you. So this halfling girl, she's like, yes. Oh, okay. All right, one more round, and it is time for the final 3. As you prepare yourself, hold on. He says, but for this round, we will make it extra interesting.
Oh no.
Push the targets back.
Yikes.
50 feet from 30 feet. Mechanically, what that means is kind of basically nothing. If you were proficient in a longbow, then you would have a distinct advantage, but none of you... Actually, does she? Let's find out. None of you have that. So, if you're trying to get into this class...
Short bow range is 80.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, whatever. 1,000 feet. They push back to, let's just say, 50 feet. Okay, line it up. Final shot. Give it a whirl.
Let's see here.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna roll and find the table. Taking it back.
All right, I'm ready.
Dude.
Okay, numbers. 14. 15. So, you this time he announces each of you as you fire off. He's like, and what is your name, sweetie?
Uyanga?
I was trying to say miss and then a different word, and then it all just kind of like tumbled out. Sweet. What is your name, over here on session 1, it is you, Uyanga. And what is your name?
Axios.
Axios. And what is your name? And she pipes up. She's like, my name's Melna. It is Melna here, everyone. All right, let's roll. I haven't rolled yet, so we're gonna see what happens. And your roll was already 15. Okay, cool. So you can already tell that Axios was better than yours. But
Oh, yeah.
let's see who wins.
Uyanga's just shocked she's gone.
Melna has no bonus. She has no proficiency. So we're just gonna roll raw. It's a 7. In the final round, it catches the wind and falls much lower than she expected, and so it hits the bottom of the target in the 1-point range. And she goes, "Dang it." Okay. And the winner is Axios. And there are maybe, let's say, about 40 students are here at the moment. Is there anyone that you're curious is in the crowd right now?
Is Derek there? Can we swag on Derek
You want to see if Derek's
Is
there?
cream cheese there?
Take that, Derek!
Alright, here you
Is
go.
Nova there?
Is Peter there?
Oh no!
Nova!
Oh, yeah.
Let's just see if anyone's there.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
Cool. You said Nova, right?
Yes.
Roll perception.
Who's Nova? Oh, no, but
The
friend.
selection.
Go for it. 17.
Cool. You look way off. You're in the quad area. This is removed from the main like 3-story building that has most of your classes in it, but there are exterior balconies to that building. It's a very nice building. And you look in the crowd, you don't see anyone you recognize, and way off in the distance you see her on the 3rd-story balcony, and she's doing this thing. She's leaning like this, just watching, just enjoying the show.
I'm gonna nudge Aegon. Your girlfriend's here.
Oh.
What? I don't see her. Can I roll perception too?
Does
Yeah,
not
she
deny.
points.
Okay. It's like probably 10.
I was gonna have you roll with advantage because she's telling you where she is.
Okay. It's an 18 now.
Yeah. So your first, you're like, where? And she's like, slaps you and then points in the direction. And you look up there, and she doesn't seem to react.
Do I wave?
Oh, I'm assuming you're looking at her, like just like looking at her.
Can I wave?
Yeah, wave.
I have really long arms. I'm a Goliath.
If you're looking at her eyes, and it's clear that just from the tilt of her head, that she's looking at the targets and at the 3 competitors right now. She doesn't seem to notice you at all.
I'm a Goliath.
So
notice me.
So what ends up happening is the competition ends. He's like, and congratulations to you. I think that you would be an excellent addition to my archery course. So, there is so then he makes an announcement to the group. We will be teaching all forms of archery, horseback archery, mountain climbing archery, underwater archery,
Wolfpack archery!
and don't forget, yes, even wolfpack archery.
Wolfpack.
Oh, Wolfpack.
And don't forget, the best kind of archery. Magical archery. Ooh, and he's just got such a flourish, this guy. He's so funny. He pulls an arrow and shoots it in the air, and it's a firework. The little lights just like start shooting.
Yo, this is dope.
You do
How do I
notice
join
right
this
before he
class?
fires that the arrow had like a gem,
won.
Just did.
encrusted into its tip.
Sick.
And he's like, it shoots into the air, and he goes. Now, for all of you, you could have won this competition and gotten free access to my course, like this young prince here. But for the rest of you, for the low price of 60 gold pieces, you can join my 4-week program and become an archery expert. Cool. So,
I don't think we
Axios,
have
do you think you could
62.
dress?
Yeah, for
Axios.
sure.
Mechanically, this is what you unlock. You can choose to take on an additional elective that will last 4 weeks of time in universe. This will provide you with a few things. You will now have a contact. Your contact will be Professor Vine. His skills as a contact will be as a mentor, specifically an archery instructor, and can help you refine your skills. Completing the course will provide all students with a martial bow and a special feat,
Hey.
which I will not label.
Cool.
I'm assuming you accept. I will highlight that 60 gold pieces is actually quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think we put it. We put your gold into the app,
No,
right?
we didn't.
No.
You said you would give us a party gold.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, we don't have gold
you
yet.
probably have enough to. Don't quote me on this. I thought this was handled last time. You probably have enough to put one additional person into it, but it's not a lot.
Do you want me to just give us like 100 party gold or something?
Let's start with that. Yeah,
I have 25 on my own, so
that makes it sound about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're high up.
yeah.
Got that.
Nobility.
Mercantile,
killed me.
nobility stuff. I think 100's fair, but I'll retune it based
So
on
is
this.
Oh
it-
yeah.
So we don't have our own individual golds, right?
I think it's just easier if you all have
Okay.
party gold.
I do have
Soon as you
25 gold pieces as well.
Okay, then you know what?
Because
6 times
Prince
25.
life.
6 times 25, 150.
That's
Yeah.
enough for 2 people.
You
Or
could,
we could-
Well, she's free. He's free.
2 more people.
That's enough for 2 more people.
2 more people, yeah.
But we could also
We
get
could
to
also
buy gems.
Go
and-
buy gems.
Okay, cool. And that was that. An
Cool.
archery competition. So
Nice.
you are now in the middle of campus, and we're gonna say, well, do you do anything else?
Go buy gems.
You go to the store.
Yeah, let's
You
go
got a little
to
bit
the
of time. Your
guys go to the store?
archery tournament took about an hour, but we'll say you have maybe an hour left before the store
All
closes.
right, let's go now.
Before the store closes at 5?
Yeah.
So it's 4.
Yeah.
When
We went
Headmaster
to-
Zagreus gets done.
Ooh.
It took
Why don't
that
we
long.
split up? I'll go.
It was noon when we started the
I
competition.
said midday. I guess I wasn't being very specific. Let's give you both. There's no reason. There's no reason
Okay.
to stop you
Alright,
because
so
you can
go
just come back
store.
tomorrow. So store first.
Is it a merchant?
I'm gonna assume.
Oh, it's a merchant.
Yeah.
Yay!
Alright.
I'll get the party app ready.
I'm
The-
a merchant.
Party app.
Boots and cats.
Forget how this works.
No current merchant.
Okay.
Frowny
So
face.
you walk down the campus and you find
Go
yourselves
ahead.
at an opening. So if you were to walk
Party
inside,
app, it's right there.
imagine that you were walking underneath the gate. We'll get to that in a second. Imagine that you were walking under the gate for the Celestial Conservatory, like you entered yesterday. Yes, thank goodness. And you are getting acquainted with the campus, and there's this courtyard along with the domed structure with, remember, those celestial machinations on the inside of it. You are looking, and if you were to cut inside the gate, you're still under the main building, and look immediately to your right, there's a big old square box of a store that is about 25 feet in width. That's the storefront, and only goes about 40 feet back. It's not that big. It's it's an on-campus gift shop of sorts. But standing there behind the counter, and he's doing this. Just kind of his hands up in front of him is this fellow. I'm actually gonna have you go back to the table view. This is what he looks like.
Oh, that's sick.
Hi.
Yeah. His now at the moment his staff is leaning against the wall. It's
Why
been
does he
kind
have
of
such long hair and feminine features?
nested there.
I think it's a
Is
girl.
this-
So
that's
It's
what
a
he
girl.
means. Is that a girl?
It's gonna be a guy.
Nice.
So,
Okay, he looks similar to that.
He
except
has large mammary
less
glands.
feminine.
He can't help it.
So when you walk up, you notice that there is some shelves. They are very clearly organized from tier 0s all the way up to tier 2s. And in that store, you see this guy. He's got a cashier standing behind it, and he says, "Hello, welcome to the Sky Gems." That's the name of the store. Welcome to Sky Gems. How can I help you today?
Oh, we're looking for some gems.
Did we ever identify, like, we're back in the dungeon, what spell we needed to get rid of darkness?
We need just like a dispel.
We didn't.
darkness
We
spell.
didn't determine what the.
Do you happen to know of any spells that would dispel darkness, magical darkness?
Yes, there are spells that are like that. I can't guarantee that we'll have it in stock, but we will we'll give it a whirl and see what's here.
Thank you.
And so we're going to enter our first merchant encounter here. The way we're going to do this
Do I need to
is
scoot
we are going to generate an inventory, and then we're going to do something special with Airy. But as we're generating it, I actually need to pull him up. So the current merchant is. He'll introduce himself. Name will be on your screen. He goes, if you were to ask, he's like, my name's Trior Tanawell, and I am currently at the university studying business, trying to learn a little bit about the trade. So here we are. This is Trior's distribution. It says power 1. Oops. I think I can make a quick change here. Let me
Power 8.
do that real fast.
You won't.
Power 8.
Power 9.
He's very strong.
And 2. And that should be all I need to do. And it saves automatically. And I go back and I go here and I go to work. Look at that!
Because
And he's awesome, guys. All right.
I don't know,
So-
but I need to stay on my
And he said, according to plan.
We are going to. So,
inventory.
our merchanting classes had the opportunity to press a button to view the inventory. Now, before you do, I think it might be helpful to go over your options here. Aries going to play a mini game called Market Master. This is a special little code-based game that functions a lot like, for those who have played Mastermind or Codebreaker, and looks like this. Aries. See these dice?
Yes.
I'm going to roll a secret code. What this is representing is Aries' innate
is
understanding
different, but-
of markets. Her capacity to read markets is what gives her the ability to know whether demands are higher or lower. If you go to your rules, this will make this a little bit easier because I've written it all out in detail.
Gem pricing chart, how this works, or
No, it's called Market Master.
I see.
Should be in the rules section.
Yeah, finding it.
Okay. Ari, you are going to need 4d6s.
there's 2 right in
Got
front of you.
1, I got 2. Can I borrow yours?
Yes.
Maybe this one as well.
5 or
4. You need 4. Your goal is to crack the code as much as possible. We don't have to discuss what the reward is for doing it well just yet. But I'm going to start by rolling the code. The code is locked in. These are d6s, obviously, so they can only be between 1 and 6 for each of the options. You're going to start just by rolling them and putting them in order and reading it off to me.
Putting them in order.
You choose. You roll the numbers, you put them in a code left to right.
4, 1, 3, 1.
Okay, so the way that Codebreakers or Mastermind works generally is that you will be given an indicator as to how many of your numbers are correct and how many of yours are correct number and in the correct location. So in this game, this means that one of your numbers is correct. This would mean that one of your numbers is correct and in the exact location. After this point, you can rearrange or literally place the numbers in any order that you like. This is what you start with. Read it one more time to me.
4, 1, 3, 1.
This is your first round, and you have 3 more rounds until this is over.
So I know that one of these numbers is correct.
Yep, you know exactly one of those numbers is correct, and that's it. None of them are in the
Okay.
right location.
Do I re-roll?
Yeah, and you as players, I want this to be fun. You as players can help if you wish, but this is ultimately her choice.
I'm a little
So-
confused. Do I lock one in
No.
if I say...
If you can keep one. At this point, no rolling. You're just choosing.
If
Oh yeah. Actually, my intent was to do this the whole time. Was for you to write numbers. It's just a lot faster.
Okay, I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not about rolling.
if
We just need you to roll to start off.
she rolls a double,
Yeah.
does she get 1 token saying that?
If I have 1, 1, 1, 1, she would need 4 ones.
Right, and she
So
would
she would
get
get
1
2
token
tokens.
or 2 tokens because she has 2 ones.
She would
Right.
get 2.
Well, 2 triangles.
In this case, it'd be 2 triangles because they'd be in the right spot.
Right, but still.
Yeah, that is
okay.
how that works. Yeah.
So it's easy to conclude that 1 is not part of the code.
Well, 2
Or-
ones are not part of the code.
2 1s. It could be 1 1 as part
I
of
would
the code.
I would keep a 1 and
That's
although
Yeah, just write it down and show it to me,
necessarily
big.
help us.
And show the camera.
It wouldn't necessarily help us to keep a 1 and another number, but maybe it would.
You could get rid of the 1.
I
Yeah,
like
if you want to write the number big for
rolls,
everyone else to see, maybe that's easier.
I'm
Yeah.
taking notes as
I
well.
would not put the 1 in the same place.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, do 6 and 5 and 2.
And partially for pacing and partially so that Ari doesn't feel too much stress, we'll make it a short game. Just because
Yeah.
it's representing everything that's going on in your head.
5 2 1 6. Do I keep this one?
That one stays like.
Keep that information.
It
Yeah,
stays with
it's really
that
important that you remember what you got for each round. You have 2 more rolls before you're done. Your reward is based on the number of number of triangles you get in your final round.
Okay. So, the one might be kind of original.
I think it's
It would have
likely.
to be the one. It's the only one that I kept from this round.
But like,
It
you
would
could
have.
have.
You switched 3
The
numbers.
force would be right, and
Right.
I think it's likely since there was a 50% chance it was the one in the first one.
That's what I'm thinking. 1.
If you read it really big, then never mind. I'm trying
Call
to.
it out loud.
I'm on the fence about getting people involved or not because I feel like it's
I
a
don't
lot
know
to
the
think
best
about.
way to do this. Sorry, I'm taking a lot of time.
That's okay. Ultimately, you only have 2 more attempts. There's got to be some luck involved.
You could try 1 in the first position.
That's what
She
I'm
did.
trying to figure out what else
Oh,
to try.
okay, I
Yeah.
see.
try the 2 in a different position. So.
Yeah, there's an equal chance for 2, 5, and 6.
1, 4, 2, 3.
Okay. You have 1 round left.
So I'm thinking 1 and 2.
And this is.
Well, so wait. So
You get points for the number of triangles, not the
no,
number of circles.
1 is
What?
not correct
Why?
because you had 1 in all
Every single
4
position.
positions, and you never got a triangle.
You're right. Okay, so 4 and 2 would
So
be the 2.
or
that I
or
tried.
3.
Technically could theoretically be 3.
So it's not 1. Don't put a 1 in
Put,
this.
yeah, just use 4, 3, 2, and 5.
So don't put 4 in the same place.
Okay.
It can't be 4 and 3 because the first time you had 4 and 3 and only 1 number was correct.
Fair.
That's true.
So do 5.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, assemble your dice in front of me as your final code, and I will
Don't do
reveal
2
the
in
answer.
that spot because you already do that spot. Yeah.
6, 5, 4, 2.
Okay, go ahead and put them in front. Your dice in front or something.
Put.
I was gonna
your
do
dice
something
match.
dramatic. Actually, you know what? Say just write it big and then put it in front of me. Submit your market mastery ticket.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to learn a little more strategy on that game.
Well, you get better at it. the
What do you
longer
want?
go,
Just
hey?
practice.
Oh yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
All done.
You got it.
You actually got 2.
Nice.
These are called tips. Tips allow you to manipulate your interactions with merchants. What's up?
Never mind, I'm wrong. Continue.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
Yeah, I would hate it if I made a mistake because obviously this is a logic-based deduction game, but I was trying to pay really close attention with
Yeah,
your
no, you did
answers.
good.
So, given this, you have 2 tips. You're in the hub, which all of you can actually technically access if you're curious. Ari knows that the tips is a special ability she can use when interacting with merchants or contacts that are considered of a merchant class. She has the opportunity to spend tips in a particular currency. 1 tip allows for a reroll on a barter attempt. We'll get to that in a second if you ever choose to try to make a trade or a special trade. The second is to what's called peg discount or peg demand. These allow you to buy things for cheaper or more expensive. And we did this previously where I was like randomly picking. I will randomly roll again, but then I'll just tell you. You'll be like, hey, you happen to know that if you were to buy this or sell this, you get it cheaper. Or you get to sell it for more. And in this case, it's all gold. Bartering is if you're trying to do a 1-for-1 trade. Which can have some cool side effects. And then if you had 3, you could actually do what's called a secret stock, which is where you completely re-roll the inventory you're about to see. You don't have 3, so you can't do that. But let's go ahead and see what's at the at Sky Gems.
Do you inventory?
Do it. This is randomly parsing through their selection and showing you what you have available
There are
to
3 muse
purchase.
stones available.
Wait, we have 2 different.
Oh, we have different. Yeah.
Well, Ares is the master,
Cool.
so that's
We
gonna
have
be the
3
correct
muse
one.
stones
Rip.
available.
That's okay. It's pretty. We were trying to do it where it would be recreated on all of your devices simultaneously, but that's hard to do. So, Ari, you're in charge. What do you see?
We have a tier 0 topaz muse stone for druidcraft. We have a tier 1 amethyst muse stone for sanctuary. A tier 2 ruby muse stone for web. A tier 0 sapphire firebolt. Tier 1 sapphire magic missile. Tier 1 topaz long strider.
Firebolt is
Oh.
interesting.
Magic missiles.
Oh my. I forgot something really important during the what would have been the retcon portion this morning. This at the start of this session. So I'll do these 2 things really fast. I was going through my really rapid summary. 2 retcons. Number 1, you'll notice that Derek has blonde hair.
Alright.
Ta-da.
The second is much more important. I really did not want Professor Molnor's contact quest to be as big as it is, because I want you to be able to have a quest that you can actually complete in a reasonable amount of time.
Okay.
And boy, did you get lucky, because the quest was going to involve, and I can give you your explanations in retrospect when you go back. He would have explained that the people of the Dochingo tribe really respect the ability to run with the antelope, that they have like this really deep respect for that particular trait. And what he wants to do is study that behavior. He wants you to give him Longstrider. That is that's actually exactly what that was. It's in my notes. That's what he was going to ask for, because it's a little easier than going 5 days away and like investigate an entire new civilization. Longstrider, that is your contact
Brilliant.
quest. Congratulations.
So I think
Do we all like?
that.
We all know this.
Yeah. This happened yesterday.
We were there.
Well, it's my
Okay,
Longstrider.
so let me look at
Well, yeah.
the
Can
pricing.
you use a tip to see if there's pricing?
Well, I should have the pricing chart still, correct?
Yeah, those
so
prices
I
are
should
all
know-
correct. The question is whether you are spending your tips to make them to see if it happens to be cheaper. The alternative is you can spend it to see if there's a high demand for something, for if your party
Do
was
we
trying to
does
sell.
anybody have anything they need want to sell?
A level 1 topaz would be 26.
Okay.
So I could spend a tip to try to make that cheaper for us.
Or
We
see
also
if
had-
it's cheaper,
We also
right?
had two different.
Yeah.
Actually, I would spend
sapphires
2
that are the
tips
same.
on that. So that would be
Oh,
what I
so we
can do.
could sell that one.
Yeah, we do have an extra one.
Cool. And then you don't necessarily know how bartering works, but I will give you the brief summary in case you decide to choose that route with the use of your tips. Bartering, a minigame we can go through if we do it, is when you want to give something in exchange. And the cool thing with this particular system is that it allows you to trade 1 for 1 in terms of inventory, which means a level 1 sapphire is exactly equal as a level 1 black jade. So if you're like, okay, I want to trade, here we go, and you play a little mini game to resolve that. If you succeed in the mini game, you get to make the trade always even. And in rare cases, sometimes trading up. And so that's where barters can be helpful, and that's where re-rolling a barter can be useful to you if that was the path that you chose.
Did you say we had something to
We
barter?
have extra one, but we have an extra dancing lights. But I also have the ability to weave stones together
Yeah.
to make like new stones and stuff.
She's
so I
got
was
some
wondering,
new stone stuff.
yeah. So
Might as well
thinking
keep it.
maybe we should keep it.
Okay.
What tier is long?
Your party has
Oh.
150 gold.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Well, I realized why the inventory. You clicked go back, didn't you, on the inventory?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically one merchant needs to click view inventory. So what happened was when you clicked go back, it cleared the inventory.
Okay.
So that's why we can't view what you currently have.
That's
Okay.
good to know.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, as long as she has.
I can
Yeah,
just
it's
let you
it's
know
not a big deal for
this,
this
yeah.
time,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
next time just one merchant
Okay.
does it.
Okay.
Cool.
Good to know.
All right, so
All right.
Trior stands there and he's like, is there anything that you would be interested in purchasing?
So we're not bartering,
No.
correct? I believe we're interested in your level 1 topaz Longstrider.
Sure, absolutely. Well, let me check the prices on that. Yes.
Wait,
So he
no, this
he
is
quotes
to
you on the
Nathan.
price you see in your pricing chart.
Okay, this is to Nathan. I spin these tips to
Yep.
potentially make it cheaper.
Yep.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay.
So what stones are in the store right now?
The stones in the store are Tier 0 Topaz Muse Stone for Druidcraft, Tier 1 Amethyst Muse Stone for Sanctuary, Tier 2 Ruby Muse Stone for Web.
Oh, sorry, I could have made this easier for you. There are 4 types. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have a 1 in 4 chance. I'm rolling.
Like pepstone.
Sapphire, topaz, ruby, amethyst.
Okay.
Yeah. Because you're pegging discount, right? Which it is happens to be
Yes,
discount.
pegging
Okay,
discount.
cool. So he's not just going to be like, yeah, well, these are on discount. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
Because this is about your ability to really understand it. You're thinking about the way that trade has been fluctuating through this region recently, and you are pretty sure that due to some hostilities with the exterior trading routes of the Amethyst Kingdom, that people are really quickly trying to push that inventory. Amethyst is discounted today.
Amethyst.
This changes every day you come back to the store.
So I will kind of privately communicate that. We have.
You would get it
potential
for
to getting Muse
30%
Stone.
off.
For 30% off, this Muse Stone would be times 5. Too much for us.
How much is the below
Even with 30% off?
A Muse Stone is times 5 of an Amethyst. Level 1 is 34.
34
So
times
34
5.
times 5 minus the 30% discount.
Well,
It's
it
too
would
much
be.
for us at the moment.
I don't know about that.
No,
35
that would be
times one.
that would be more.
It'd be like 170, right?
Minus
170.
30%.
We do.
Oh,
divided by-
true. You can
or
barely
multiplied
afford it.
by.
Times
But then we
0.7.
can't. Then we can't
Seven.
get the long strider.
It's still
Right.
119. We still don't have that.
We still don't.
We
have
have
150.
150 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I gave
but
your
we
party
have-
150.
Sorry, I was looking at the.
This
Oh, wait,
represents all of your wealth growing up.
Okay.
Yeah,
We can
it's,
spend everything and get both.
We can't get both.
You said it was 26.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, but I don't think it's necessarily worth
We could
it.
literally be left with less than 1 gold apiece.
I don't think that's the wisest.
We should go for the topaz.
I mean, I agree. I'm just simply asking, or simply pointing out the
I
fact
can
that
make
we could.
a new stone anytime that we
Agreed.
get shards. So.
If we get
we're
enough.
just
Agreed.
not
Yeah.
topaz. Yeah.
I think we'll take the topaz, Long Strider.
That is a wonderful choice. I think that most of you are new students to campus.
Yeah.
What's your name? He actually seems to want to know your names. We're going to say you share your names, right? You're just like, hey, he's like, oh, I'm Trior. Well, if you ever need anything from me, just let me know. I'll be here on, he's here 4 days a week. And then you finish, you purchase it, add it to your inventory. You can tap it, and then you can add it to your
Buy more
inventory.
than one?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I assumed you weren't buying anything else, because you checked the prices on it.
Well, so there's other things like Firebolt is 10.
Yeah,
Oh.
I would like to buy that.
Sorry.
Yeah.
One moment.
Oh, sure.
Yes, I'm short for Long Strider.
Okay.
The Firebolt is a tier 0 sapphire.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's
Why don't we
10.
buy it?
And
Yeah.
Magic Missile is
It is a tier 1.
21.
Also worth to me.
I think we should get all 3.
26
Buy it all.
plus
All three of
10.
those.
So I'm
So
trusting
your
you.
sapphires-
Add it to your inventory, and then we're gonna let her do all this, so nobody
Yeah.
do app stuff, and then
93 gold
deduct.
left. We have 93 gold now.
Sure.
Cool. Actually, and then is there a way to manually add gold to the app?
inventory.
Great.
Yes.
We're handling that.
And
My
then
players have
it's
got
at the
this.
top of the
Inventory.
add inventory page. Sorry, I said the wrong page.
So I'm
So-
showing 100 here. Do I need to update it
You-
before I do this?
Well,
Yeah,
Just
so
remove-
it does add the stone to your inventory. You have to manually change gold.
Yeah, but
values.
So
add 15 more gold
so
for
I'm
us.
just going to
since-
remove 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to get to the final number.
Yeah.
I trust
Okay.
the
Yeah,
calculator
thanks.
math over here. So, okay, cool. You finish shopping. I imagine you're going to visit Zagria.
Yes.
Headmaster Zagria.
Can we stop by Monor's office on the way and give him the stone?
The stone. Yes.
The Long
you can.
Strider stone.
So,
Wait, so when we asked him, did he have a spell that
assume
would
so.
remove darkness? Did he say what the name of that spell would be?
did Mornor say that?
No, the shopkeep.
Oh, well, it depends on how much information you would provide him about the darkness. He would say, well, it depends on how dark it is. So how much do you want to share?
I mean, you just like pretty dark. Once you like go past a certain point, you just can't see. Pitch black.
It's like, that sounds like a very powerful version of darkness. I've never heard, well, let's not, does he?
Have you heard of it?
He's like, I have myself have never heard anything even close to that amount of power, at least in these stones. But
I mean, this is just hypothetical. I just want to know if someone
Hypothetical.
could, what spell it would take.
how do they go? Roll deception. Yeah, I'm going there.
Oh no.
I'm doing it.
Oh snap!
What is that?
Well, he's rolling deception.
Deception.
So Cypress is just talking it up about this infinite darkness that you guys experience.
Deception.
Hey,
Concerns.
Cypress.
7.
Y'all don't know he rolled a 7, by the way. Maybe you can
Right.
tell that he's not being really
He's not
coy
doing
about
it.
this.
Yeah.
But so Triar goes. Oh, roll insight for me. Somebody else can. Any
Roll
one other person
insight?
can.
6.
Oh, I've done it. Sorry, friends.
Okay.
16 plus something or other.
That's
Ooh,
I got
I'm
6.
You said insight?
Yep.
It is a 19.
So, okay, cool. So he goes, right, yeah. If that magic existed, then maybe it's something the professor's doing. Somebody with more powerful magic than our students here would be able to conjure something like that. So, if that's something that you're seeing, hypothetically, then I suppose there's not much I can do about it. Sorry. I'll let you know though. If something in stock, I can give you a ring.
And when he says hypothetically, do I figure out if he is
Your read on
Fine.
it is that this guy is your read on Trior is that he's smart, and that because he is an opportunist by nature, he might look into this.
I see.
Cool. You all you don't get this sense, but Aegon detects this. Just kind of like, yeah, this is kind of a quick guy. This guy wants to figure out what's going on. Maybe he'll look into it. Maybe he won't. But that's what you feel.
Right.
Aegon's a good judge of character.
Apparently. So you all leave. You go to Headmaster Zagree's office. Let's resolve several things, and we'll wrap up here. You go to Professor Molnor's office. Obviously retconning. Sorry about that. Retconning that he did indeed want the spell. Very fortunate it happened to be in stock today. That actually was not intended. He goes, wonderful. You were able to find it in the In the store, I take it. You didn't have much time after classes to go hit up a dungeon anywhere. All of you roll deception.
13.
17.
Dirty 20.
23.
I'm good at performance.
No, 16.
Cool. What I was gonna do is drop lowest and drop highest, and then take the average of the rest. So it looks like y'all did pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, he finishes laughing.
We happen to be lucky, yes.
Well, I tell you what, this is gonna be very valuable to me. But it's not as simple as casting a spell and imagining you're someone else. These people have a long tradition of learning from the animals what it means to gain their fluidity and their movement. So, this is what I would like. Uyanga.
Oh.
You seem like the kind of person that cares to not just sympathize with people, but empathize with people. And I think that's rare. A lot of people here seem to be in it for martial combat skills, or for magical skills, or maybe just to amass a wealth that they can take home to their families. All of these in and of themselves are not bad things to strive for. But I need someone that I can trust, and I trust you. So this is what I would like for you to do. I want you to use this. He hands it back to you. He says, keep this with you on your journey. And if I may, I think this might be of help to you. He looks at you, and you're carrying your instrument. This is it sitar? What is it again?
Just
You describe it as
fiddle.
a fiddle? Okay. So he says, this is a wonderful instrument. If I may, I want to provide you with something. He kind of just gestures with his hands open as if he wanted you to hand him your instrument. You want to get a read on this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nat 20.
He very sincerely believes he's going to give you something that will be helpful to you and cares for your success.
Uyanka's very hesitant about this because it's a family heirloom and all, but she reaches for it and gives it to him very gently.
Okay, so he takes it and he's holding this topaz in his hands. He says, you know, these colors are beautiful. The topaz itself has this ember golden hue like a setting sun. And this instrument has so many ornate carvings and colorations that show that it was made with care. There are very special properties that if you are as seasoned as myself, you might be able to learn. If it is all right with you, I would like to catalyze this topaz to your instrument. The effects are a little hard to explain, but what it will do for you is allow you to cast this spell without using any spell slots. So I'll actually just explain it in DM speak. A catalyst is a very special attunement of a stone to an instrument or it's an item, usually a weapon, sometimes an instrument, that allows you to give it the functionality of a muse stone, with the downside of it being attuned to your weapon, meaning that you can't just like freely trade it away. Once it is locked in place, what it means is that when using that instrument, using the action that the spell would require, it does not require a spell slot once per day, or once per rest, and then activates its spell. And in universe, what this actually means is, as he continues, if this is here every time you sing a song and play it on this, you can empower you and your friends with the ability to run like the wind.
That's sick.
May I?
All right.
So, it's a little weird. This is a very precious instrument, and he's going to, in a way, permanently alter it. But he finds a spot that wouldn't like cover or disfigure any part of it that has been clearly decorated, and he does a little bit of weaving, pulls this topaz together. He focuses very hard and presses. And this swirl of magical topaz energy ceases. And he hands it back to you, and he goes, Take notes. And once you've learned what it means to ride with this level of speed, I would like to know what your findings were. Perhaps it might be worth showing the Tachinko people someday. You now have a catalyst.
Yay!
You have Longstrider catalyzed to your special fiddle. This gives you the ability to. I already described it.
So how do we do that here?
So it's really it is effectively a muse stone. It's a free muse stone with the downside of you can't trade it away easily.
So she has it, and no
Yeah.
one else.
Basically.
Always.
Shouldn't we just
Basically.
remove it from the
Yeah.
inventory?
Yeah.
I'm going to trash it.
Okay.
It refreshes on a rest.
Long rest, short rest.
Any rest.
Rest.
Any rest. Short rest or long.
Cast
safe
it on
rest.
your horse.
So, but canonically, it means that you must play it to activate the spell.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that'll ever introduce a downside, but we'll see.
And
If we're being sneaky.
If we're trying to
That
move
is
really
actually
fast,
kind
watch
of
it.
true.
being sneaky.
Yeah, and for those of you who are excited to maybe get catalysts of your own someday, these typically, if they go on your weapon, they're typically like in combat, which is very cool because they can sometimes it can be like a free activation of your spell.
Boom.
So let's wrap up with a trip to Headmaster Zagreus' office. Yep.
How long is that gonna take?
Minutes. I'm aware.
Okay.
I'm very aware. So you hit up the office here. I was just gonna put her in front of you so that you, in case you forgot what she looks like.
Sorry,
It's
the,
just-
the DM camera just disconnected.
That's okay. My voice can float in the ether. Ah, there she is. You walk in and she's standing next to Gaius in front of his desk as they are preparing to wrap up for the day. Hello. Can I help you with anything?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hang on.
The reason I came
Okay.
here,
So I assume we're not in her personal quarters. We're in the area. And
Yeah.
Gaius is there also.
Yeah, the main
Okay,
office.
So we kind of talked to Gaius about this a little bit earlier, but it's a little bit of a sensitive situation. We have a book, and it's pretty fragile, and I have a feeling that you, of all people, given your connection to Master Verni, might see something valuable in it.
Given my connection to Master Vereni,
Yeah.
was this from the library?
No.
Was this from a traveler in town?
Well, no.
Aegon,
We found it by means that we can go into detail later, but
all right.
I'm just gonna show it to you.
You
so
show
I
it to her?
pull it up.
Okay. This is a reaction as you open it up very gingerly and unwrap it in front of her. I imagine Gaius is standing there. He's also going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one else in there.
Are we fine with Gaius?
Gaius is chill. Gaius is our
Gaius-
friend.
Gaius is
We
really
like
chill.
him.
we trust guys with our
We
lives.
trust Gaius?
Yes.
So you open it in front of her and you see her. At first she goes, "Oh my." She's afraid to touch it.
So
Promising.
when we found it, the book was open.
Do you
and
remember
I
what page it was open to?
recognized. Do I?
Aegon, this is important.
Do I?
Do you remember what page it was open to?
Yeah, do I?
Roll intelligence.
Okay.
We should have taken note of that.
Yeah.
I should have.
I considered we should put a bookmark in there.
18.
Wow.
Wow.
How big is the book? I said it was pretty big.
It's fairly sizable. I assume it's like
Okay, you believe that if you were to rift through the book, you might be able to recognize the shape of the paragraphs on the page. Maybe find that text again.
how fragile is this book? If I were
Pretty
to do that,
fragile.
would it explode? Like
No. Like you don't want to run upstairs with it in your backpack, but you could probably run through the pages.
Do it.
Flashback.
Yeah, you definitely
Wacky.
ran upstairs with it in your backpack.
Anyway, I can try and find it.
Aegon, I need you to concentrate.
Okay.
I don't know where you found this, but if it was open when your hands touched it, you need to know
you
which
not to
page
touch
it was
the
open
thing.
to.
This is fine. Okay.
All right, are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'd like to leaf through the book now.
Okay. Nathan likes making up very short mini games. You ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 100.
No.
I'm gonna roll it randomly, so it actually is completely random. Using 2d10s.
I'm prepared to not guess a number.
I have. Okay, I got 180. Great. Cool. You can pick a page, and I'll tell you if it's higher or lower. And you're gonna get to do this 5 times. Why are you rolling?
Starting point?
Oh, okay.
32.
It's higher. You have 4 left.
Oh no, I'm not gonna use that one.
Wait, why are you
You
rolling?
don't-
I don't know.
Just say
Don't
it.
know.
You don't have to roll.
Say
Say a number.
73.
It's higher.
Good.
Oh, good.
It's not bad.
Go above 100.
You have
Wait,
3,
no,
you have
like,
3
above
left.
100.
you can't go above 100, right?
Yeah, it's 1 through 100. If that
Oh.
helps.
96.
It's lower. You have 2 left.
Okay. What was my other number?
35.
73.
73.
I believe.
And
Wow,
96.
that's ballpark. I need the page, the correct page. Ow.
Did any of us see it?
So meanwhile, all of you are watching. He's sifting. He's like, oh no.
Can you inspire him?
Is there something we can do here?
Did any of us else see the book?
Actually, you rolled 18 on your check, right?
Correct.
I'll give you 2 more.
Okay, great.
I didn't factor in your
So
roll.
we have
Awesome.
4
You have 4 left.
left.
4 left.
Yeah,
Yes.
4 guesses left.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. 90.
It's higher.
Let's go. So it's lower than
90 and 90.
Lower
Lower than
96,
96,
higher than 90.
higher than 90.
Oh, you could still miss.
93. I can't still miss.
You flip to page 93 in the book.
Oh, here it is.
And you don't know why. You don't know how. It has to be this page. You recognize this. It was on the pedestal. That was a
Let's go.
really important moment for you when you recognized the dialect. This has to be it.
Ta-da.
This is the page.
She looks at it. She goes, okay. We need to leave this book open. You must not tell any other students about this.
What is this?
Disguise count?
Well, let's see how much she knows. She goes, I wish that I knew more about this. I know that this represents an incredibly intimate relationship between us who dwell here and Chrysalis and the celestial beings. I know that typically these texts were written as a way of divining extraordinary truths about the passage of time here.
Is Aegon in danger?
Was
She
this
pauses.
written by Dulik?
I don't know. And as for your question, if Aegon touched this, is he in danger? I'm afraid
Let's go.
that there are many questions left to answer. And that is where we're going to end our session. Thank you for tuning in. There will be some clips and highlights from today's session along with all sorts of fun notes up available on the Player Hub. We really appreciate people who are just tuning in, having fun, joining us. Let me know if you have any thoughts or exciting moments or highlights that you have, any favorite NPCs or questions unanswered. Like, what is this text and what will happen to Aegon or the rest of his Purple Hearth party? More to come with the Weave of the Ninestone. We will catch you next week.
Bye!
Bye!